shout, man. You don't have to shout.
You sound like my wife. That's just my normal talking
Your
voice.
big booming voice. I hear that all the time as well. We both know how that goes. We're going to have the national anthem here on the field. We're going to take a timeout right now on the radio. When we come back, you will hear from Caveman head coach Keith Kinder. It is Mishawaka and Riley, and you're listening to Mishawaka Caveman Football on 91 WSBT, the sports leader.
Hi, this is Rob Fisher from Fisher's Tips and Chips Barbecue. Whether you're watching the game at home or tailgating by the stadium, Fisher's Barbecue can cater your event with a variety of delicious, mouth-watering, smoked to perfection Italian sausage, pulled pork, rib tips, and more, including side dishes and desserts. For more information, stop in at 3135 South 11th Street in Niles, next door to the State Line Dairy Queen, or online at fishersbbq.net.
Welcome to Beef O'Brady's.
Now have shrimp with my sirloin. I want sirloin with my shrimp.
Got it. Surf and turf and turf and surf.
Beef's new Surf and Turf Fridays. Choice cut sirloin plus grilled or fried shrimp, just $12.99. Head to Beef O'Brady's of Granger for Surf and Turf every Friday. Good food, good sports. See you at Beef. For your tailgating and fall parties, order carryout and let Beef do the cooking. Beef O'Brady's at the corner of State Road 23 and Bittersweet in Granger.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? When you work with Craig Langhofer, your new Carlisle Edward Jones financial advisor, he focuses on what's important to you. You'll work together and use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And you'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Craig Langhofer today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Midland Engineering Company is proud to partner with Mishawaka Schools to bring you caveman football. We believe in the Mishawaka way and are honored to work on upgrading their facilities, including historic Mishawaka High School. At Midland, we take pride in being part of our community, whether it's our annual Fallen Heroes Community Service Award with the South Bend Cubs or working with other local charities and nonprofit organizations. Midland and its employees are committed to enhancing the quality of life in Michiana. Midland Engineering Company, a community partner for nearly 100 years. Visit midlandengineering.com.
The School City of Mishawaka pregame show continues with the Beef O'Brady's of Granger coaches' comments. Here's the voice of the Cavemen, Sean Stiers.
Sectional semifinals with Mishawaka taking on South Bend Riley here tonight at Steele Stadium, and the Mishawaka Cavemen coming off last week's 35-7 to win at Hobart. Keith Kinder with us. And how would you, I guess, Coach, how would you describe your team's effort, what you saw from them last week against Hobart?
I thought we were efficient, particularly on offense. Scored every time we had it until the fourth quarter when we had a penalty that kind of forced us to punt. Didn't have the ball a lot in the first half, but scored the two times we had it. And I think defensively we played really well. They had a possession there in the second quarter where they kind of got some things going and put the ball in the end zone. But that first possession on that fourth down play where we had that pick six, that was a great way to start a tournament run, I think.
Well, absolutely, and I mean it was kind of looking like maybe Hobart they had something going. That was the 12th play of that drive, and they had kind of methodically moved it downfield before Grant Jablonski stepped in and made that play. Maybe kind of go through that play and what you saw from him, and obviously just the tone that it set the rest of the way, it seemed like.
Well, we've been playing zone the entire possession, and then on the fourth down play, we called timeout right before it and changed to man. So that kind of put Grant a little bit tighter on that receiver. He did a great job jumping the route, and, you know, he's a pretty fast kid, so making everyone chase him, and then nobody could catch him. He's a pretty quick kid. Really happy for him. Someone that played as a freshman, kind of had some injuries that I think deterred him from playing the past couple years, and then to get him back and to be such a good contributor is a big thing for us. I thought Hobart did a great job with their game plan, which was obvious they were trying to keep the ball away from us, get first downs, snap the ball deep into the play clock, keep the clock moving. All good things that they did. We were just fortunate enough to keep them out of the end zone.
One thing that happened on that play it happened, the interception, everything happens so quick when it happens in real time, but going back and watching it, Tommy Frayling
pressures the quarterback. First of all, he's coming from his backside, and then he comes over, and with one block, he takes two guys out of the play. And it was looking like maybe they catch up with him at that point, but it really helped spring the whole thing.
Yeah, it did. Tommy's got a motor on him. He never stops playing. I think you could probably argue that he blocked the kid in the back. But started to play well by getting the pressure. That kid, he doesn't always have the greatest technique, but he plays hard every snap. He's a lot of fun to watch.
You know, something that those turnovers have kind of mounted here over the last several games. It took until Game 4 against Adams before the defense had caused a turnover. Did that kind of become an emphasis for you guys, trying to turn it over a little bit more?
Well, I think that has something to do with it. I think we kind of changed the way we were playing in the secondary a little bit. It's kind of helped us be a little bit more aggressive with some of the underneath stuff, which I think that, Grant, for example, that was a throw that wasn't deep down the field. So a combination of both things. We started off the year saying, hey, let's be loose on the perimeter, and let's just not get the ball thrown over our head. And as the season's progressed and as we've had more confidence in them, we've told them to, kind of tighten up a little bit. And then some of those things just come in waves sometimes. I don't think we're playing any better or any different than we were the
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop
right now. Well, so now you take on this South Bend Riley team here tonight. They beat Clay last week, and they've kind of put together a little bit of role for this season. They've got a winning record. They're guaranteed a winning record no matter what happens in this game, which has been a while since Riley can say they've had back-to-back winning records. But when you look at this offense specifically, I always ask you, who does this team remind you of? Because you've played so many different teams. I mean, they've got a mobile quarterback and obviously some weapons at receiver.
I'd say probably the team they're most similar to that we've played this year would be like Elkhart Central. I think they're pretty good in the skilled position areas. They've got a good running back that if he gets going, he's hard to tackle. I think Central's quarterback and Riley's quarterback throw the football with a similar amount of ability. I think defensively, Riley's pretty good up front, as Central was on defense. So, and they, like you said, they've won 6 games. They beat Jimtown. They competed well with New Prairie a few weeks ago. It's something that, it's not Riley where you can say, oh, yeah, let's chalk this one up to a win. We'll be thinking about the sectional championship. We got to play well.
It seemed like we were talking about the emotion coming off Penn going into last week. Has there been any specific focused direction kind of along those lines that you've talked with your team about this week?
I think when your season's on the line, that's enough to get the attention of your kids most of the time. So I think when we tell them, hey, if you come out and lay an egg, you're packing your stuff up on Monday, then that gets their focus. I was concerned with it after the 10 week just because of, how emotional that was, and more so the people that were going to be around our kids telling them how great they were, as opposed to this week. I think it's just, hey, we've taken care of one step, now we've got another step to take care of before we can move on again.
All right, it is Mishawaka and Riley here tonight. Kickoff coming up. Keith Gator, thanks as always. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you. You're listening to Mishawaka Caveman Football on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
The Mishawaka Education Foundation wish list is a way for School City of Mishawaka teachers and staff to receive items that are needed to aid them in helping our students have the best education possible. This wish list is for requests of $200 or less. They may be used as many times a year as the need arises for a teacher or a staff member. You can grant the entire wish or just a portion of a wish. Help our students by granting a wish from the Mishawaka Education Foundation wish list today. Online at scmef.me. Hey, sports fans, football's back, and so am I. This is Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. If you're in the market to purchase a new home or refinance an existing one, give me a call at 287-1152. Here at First Midwest Mortgage, we offer a wide range of mortgage loans, including conventional and our government FHA and VA loans down to a 580 credit score. Call me today. Kevin Putz, your local and trusted mortgage professional. Let me put my 20 years of mortgage experience to work for you. Call me today, 287-1152. NMLS number 127733.
Mishawaka Cape Bend football is brought to you by Midland Engineering Company on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Back live at Steel Stadium with Scott Bovenkirk and Vince Dario. I'm Sean Steyer. Just Mishawaka and South Bend Riley get set to kick off the sectional semifinal. Here tonight, we'll be going down to Vince in a minute for comments on a couple of different things. School City of Mishawaka pregame show continues, and your starting lineups are presented by Bonnie Doon Drive-In, Lincoln Way, just east of Ironwood in Mishawaka. We'll give you the defensive starters first for the Cavemen. At defensive tackle, juniors Ryan Watt and TJ Rux. At defensive end, senior Tommy Frayling and junior Joe Willis. At middle linebacker, junior Nick Davis. The will linebacker is junior Derek Dawson. Here is junior Tyler Pearson. The cornerbacks, both seniors, Grant Jablonski, who had the 79-yard pick-six last week, and Justin Cassetti, who's done a really good job filling in at some different defensive spots. We will probably see Devin Jimenez as well, but Cassetti, the listed defensive starter at corner. The rover is senior C.J. Fisher, the team's leading tackler. Free safety is junior Jonathan Snyder. The punter is Pat Snyder, who also handles field goals and extra points. Of course, Ryan Watt, the big guy, handles most of the kickoffs now, or he did last week. Offensively, at center is junior Ethan Sargent. The guards are senior Ricky King and another senior Sam Rice-Gate. The tackle, junior Wyatt Sellers, senior Eric Margo, and we are likely to see senior David Vandegrift out there as well. We saw him with that six-man defensive or offensive line last week that Mishawaka employed. Split in, Colin Fee and Brody Robinette, a pair of seniors. The halfbacks are senior Brad Taylor and junior Donovan Snyder. The fullback is Chris Harness, a senior, and another senior, Sam Shively, is the quarterback. And again, your starting lineups are brought to you by Bonnie Doon Drive-In. So we will find Vince Dario, who is standing down there by the M in Mishawaka. We're giving you away for anyone who is out there spotting tonight. Vince, let's start off with the weather. It's a cool night, overcast. What are we in store for the rest of the night?
Well, honestly, it's pretty nice playoff weather. It's 49 degrees right now. Looks like it'll drop to about 44 by the end of the game. No precipitation in the forecast, so that makes me extremely happy down here without a roof and all this electronic device on my head. So I'm pretty happy there's not going to be any rain. But it's perfect weather for football, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, and then one other thing that we want to mention is the defensive side of the ball, specifically for Riley. Gabe Johnson has been one of their top defensive backs all year, but he is not going to be able to play tonight.
That is correct. He was suspended for the second time this season in the Week 9 game, the last game of the regular season against John Glenn, and it was the second time, like I said, that he was suspended. So it's a 2-game suspension. So this is game 2 of that 2-game suspension. So if they move on tonight, he will be eligible for the sectional championship.
All right, thank you very much, Vince. And the captains are out there at midfield for the coin toss. And it's interesting, Coach, because that's something that came up last week. Remember, there was a little extracurricular, and I remember you saying, hey, you better be careful because you're in the playoffs now, and if you get ejected, you're going to be out for another game.
Yeah, that's where it's critical right now is that any mistake, you really have to keep your head right now and can't afford to be thrown out. But next week will be a sectional championship.
Yep, that is absolutely right. The winner of this game will play the winner of New Prairie and St. Joseph. Mishawaka has won the coin toss, and the Cavemen have elected to receive. And there is another potential suspension kind of thing going on with that game for New Prairie, and we'll touch on that a little bit later after we kind of see how things are going in that game, which is going on not too far from here over at Feather Blythe Field at St. Joseph High School, downtown South Bend. So it'll be Mishawaka, maroon jerseys, white pants, the white numbers, white shoulders as well, and Riley dressed out in white road jerseys with navy blue numbers, navy blue pants, and the navy blue helmets as well. They used to wear those Wolverine-looking helmets back in the day with the on the top. I'm sure you like those.
Yeah, they were all right. Yeah.
Well, of course, they went away when a Notre Dame grad took over as head coach.
There you go.
So that was the first thing to go.
Actually, they've been gone for a while before that, but the home grays I'm not fond of. Riley wears those home grays.
Yeah. See those tonight. It is C.J. Fisher and Bradley Taylor, the two deep men for Mishawaka, as Vince gets on the peripheral of his range over there.
Got to put a leash on him.
I know. He keeps wandering off to the side. We are waiting. It looked like maybe a Riley player had an equipment adjustment or something that he had to take care of. Some of the Riley players wearing pink socks and towels and that kind of stuff. It is October and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The ball is going to be taken by the up man. Grant Jablonski comes into the middle, tries to cut out to the left, and Jablonski is going to be down at the 35-yard line where the Mishawaka Cavemen have the ball for the first time. Wow, they actually gave him an extra yard out of that, too. He'll take the spot, but, you know, we see some interesting ones sometimes.
Not on a big white line. That's, this crew is out of the region, and in talking to some people, they are very well respected. So I'm looking forward to a well-officiated game tonight.
Ball is going to be on the left hash mark, and again, Chris Harness comes into this game 249 yards away from career rushing record for Mishawaka. And a quarterback keeper to the right, it is Shively. Shively breaks through tacklers. Shively still on his feet. He's going the 30, the 20, and he'll be down there as he's cut from behind. Sam Shively, though, goes from the 31 down to the 20-yard line, a big gain right away.
If it wasn't for Jalen Jennings, the far side cornerback, chasing down Shively, he'd have gone the distance.
And that is the first time we have seen Shively run down from behind this year, and he's broken several. Motion by Taylor out of the right wing. The dive goes to Harness. He will get across the 20-yard line for a couple of yards. And again, I was just saying Harness needs 249 to become Mishawaka's all-time leading rusher. He needs 77 to become the single-season leading rusher for Mishawaka. And now he needs 76 after picking up a yard on first down.
And Shively got a little closer with that 44-yard run on first down.
Yeah, he did. Shively, 730 yards and 21 touchdown runs coming into tonight's game. Two receivers out to the left. The give is to Harness. The veer to the right, and Harness drags the tackler with him up to the 10 and down to the 9-yard line.
Down, I believe.
It will, and it's brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
And it'll be first and goal from the worst spot you can have. 9.5 yards to go.
That's exactly right.
He's complaining. First and goal with still 10:30 to go in the first.
Shively and the Cavemen take their time. Motion by Snyder. The give is to Harness. Into the middle. He might get a yard out of it. Not very much, as gang tackle effort in the middle by the Riley Wildcats.
Sean, I talked to some of the Mishawaka coaches before the game, and one of the things they said was whenever Jarvis Edison was the defensive coordinator at Washington, he gave them fits. So they looked for a good defensive against Mishawaka today.
And these teams have not played since the NIC expanded and they went to divisions. To the right goes Harness, but again, not very much as the defensive line pushes him back. Damon Woods, defensive end, one of the two men in there. So now it's third and goal, still from the 9-yard line.
Mishawaka with 5 offensive linemen. We saw a lot of the 6-man last week, but they're going with 5, 2 wide receivers, 2 wings, and a fullback.
Ramon James, 6'3", 320 pounds, one of the defensive tackles in the middle, clogging things up for the Riley Wildcats. They pushed him back, and now it's 3rd and 10. And again, they give us to Harness, and Harness takes it to the right on the hash. He will get up to the 4-yard line where it's going to be 4th and goal.
I think when they run that little counter option, they run a trap blocking scheme off of it, and a nice job, picked up 5 yards. Unfortunately, it was 3rd and 10.
Yeah, so now it is 4th and goal at the 4, and the Cavemen line up to go for it. We'll see if Shively goes with his hard count, which he has done quite a bit this year. He comes under center, now steps away, 9 on the play clock. Shively comes up under 7 to play in the first quarter, and a timeout is taken. So some games played, and Mishawaka calls a timeout. 4th and goal at the 4, 8:26 to play in the first quarter. Back after this timeout on WSBT.
Do you have an upcoming event and are wondering to yourself, how am I going to feed everyone? Let Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill cater your event. Monterey can customize a menu to please everyone, or you can go online and select your favorites. Choose from taco bars, fajita bars, taco salad bars, and sides like fresh guacamole and homemade chips and salsa. For more information, go to MontereyMexican.com. And remember, a friend that steals your chips is not your friend. MontereyMexican.com.
4th and goal coming up from the 4-yard line, and Mishawaka sends the offense on the field after calling timeout. 8:26 to play here in the first quarter, and the Cavemen lining up like they're going to go for it with Riley packing the box. Motion, Bradley Taylor. They fake the toss to the right, and Shively throws to Chris Harness. Touchdown, Mishawaka. Last week, Chris Harness caught his first touchdown of the season. It was a 39-yarder, and this time it's a little bit shorter at 4 yards as they punch it into the end zone.
Run the bootleg pass that we saw last week. There were when Harness came out of the backfield, he had a lot of contact with a Riley defender, and the defender went down. I was worried that maybe Harness was going to get called for an offensive pass interference, but the official must have thought the contact was mutual.
Well, and Vince D'Addario was standing even closer than us, and I saw the exact same thing. What did you see, Vince?
Yeah, it looked like he pushed him down on his way around. I was actually expecting it to be offensive pass interference, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I thought so too. The extra point kick is good.
Concur, but fortunately for Mishawaka, the guys that matter, they didn't see it that way.
Absolutely. 7-0. The Cavemen get on top first on the 4-yard touchdown pass from Shively to Harness. Back with kickoff after this on WSBT.
Hunting season is upon us, and once you've bagged a deer, where do you take it? Elkins Quality. Should you take your prize to Elkins? First of all, timely processing, usually in 3 days. Next, processing options, not just steaks and ground venison, but smoked deer ham, bologna, brats, bacon, and more. And last, the unmatched attention to detail that your wildlife trophy will get at Elkins Quality Taxidermy. For more info, visit elkinstaxidermy.com or call 574-654-8845.
A 4-yard touchdown pass from Sam Shively to Chris Harness puts the Mishawaka Cavemen on top of Riley 7-0 with 8:22 to play here in the first quarter. It's the second straight week Sam Shively has had a touchdown pass. He now has 5 this season to go along with his 21 rushing touchdowns.
5 yards. The big one was the first play of the game. Shively's 44-yard run.
Now, I'm going to be interested to see what Mishawaka does with this kickoff because they have a couple of guys, Jalen Cummings, the running back, and Jalen Jennings, the wide receiver, and they have each returned kickoffs for touchdowns this season. So it's a pooch kick, and it's taken by one of the up men at the 35, and that's where he's going to be tackled. The return by Jennings, 80 yards that he had, and Cummings with a 68-yard kickoff return. So probably a pretty good trade-off there.
Yeah, a little pooch kick, and It was fielded quite well by Darian Taylor of Riley. You know, a lot of times that thing bounces around on the ground and fumbles, so it's a safe bet right now that we're going to see a lot of those kicks tonight. And hopefully from Mishawaka, they will kick off a lot tonight.
Chris White splits out wide to the right. The handoff goes to Cummings. Cummings tries to go to the right, spins off a tackler, still going to the right side, and he'll get a couple yards, tackled at the 38-yard line.
Riley starts out in the pistol formation and runs the zone play. In warm-ups, they ran a lot of motion, a lot of jet sweep.
Leading receiver split out to the left. Cummings takes the handoff, just picking his way around as he dances up the field on the right side. He'll get all the way up to the 46-yard line.
I'm not so sure Riley has the running back. They don't like the harness that will stick it in there and come out the other side, but they have very good running backs.
And the handoff this time goes to the right. Once again, it'll be a first down for the Wildcats up to their own 49-yard line.
Spot, we're going to get a Riley first down.
In the backfield, behind Senator Brown, the quarterback. Brown takes a snap, hands it to Cummings, who goes to the right, dancing his way over there again. He'll get into caveman territory up to the 48.
Riley opened the season, if I remember correctly, 1-3, Sean, and they are 5-1 in their last 6 games.
Yep, they have picked up some wins coming down the stretch. Some motion out of the wing. The snap goes back to Senator Brown, and Brown, breaking some tackles, finds his way to the far sideline across the 35. It'll be another Riley Wildcat first down. Riley has been a fast starting team this year. They average 14 points a game in the first quarter, but less than 10 in the other 3 quarters. Right now, Mishawaka leads 7-0, 6:48 to go in the first. Riley has the ball first and 10 at the Mishawaka 31. Galen Jennings will split out to the left side. Chris White to the right. Jennings, 40 catches, 718 yards, and 7 touchdown grabs coming into the game. Shotgun, Senator Brown. He'll send a wing in motion, takes the snap, runs to the right, strung out to the sideline, but turns the corner and will get across the 35 and find some positive yards out of it.
I think they're going to say, Sean, that he might have stepped for a 1-yard gain. It looked like it was going to be a 6 or 7-yard gain, and instead it's only a 1-yard gain.
Again from the shotgun and the pistol formation. Senator Brown takes it, hands it to Cummings. Cummings to the left for the first time, and he'll be wrapped up with the backfield. It is T.J. Rux who gets through there. Rux with 20.5 tackles this season. He's coming on late in the year, had 5 of his 20.5 last week in the win over Hobart, and that one is for loss for the Wildcats.
Basically the same set. Riley is in the same look as Mishawaka, except for the quarterback and the running back. You've got 2 wide receivers, 2 slot wings, and then a running back and a quarterback. But Riley lines up in the pistol formation.
Basically, instead of under center, he's back in the shotgun. He takes a snap here, and he looks to the right. It is underthrown and incomplete. It'll be from the Mishawaka 39-yard line.
And I believe that is the last semblance of that we can compare Riley's
that's
offense.
exactly right. The formation is it.
9 guys up front. That's about the last they look, because Riley likes the outside zones and the counters and throwing the ball, and Mishawaka has none of that.
It is 4th and 13 for the Wildcats at the Riley 39. 7-0 Mishawaka, 5:52 to play in the first quarter. Jason Spicer is the slot on the right side. Senator Brown takes the snap, throws in that direction. It's caught by Jennings, and Jalen Jennings up to the 21 for Riley.
19-yard pickup on 4th and about 13. They ran the little cross route. The inside receiver ran a flag, and the inside receiver ran a post, and the inside receiver was wide open.
Derek Dawson's being tended to on the Mishawaka sideline right now. Their second leading tackler over there having his leg looked at. Running play up the middle. It is taken by Cummings. He crosses the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Up on 1st down.
And from the pistol, Senator Brown awaits the snap on 2nd down. Cummings takes it and goes to the right. He will be tripped up by Tommy Frayling and then finished off by Tyler Pearson.
Nice play by Frayling. He had a blocker laying on his back, and he stuck out his arm and tripped up the running back for a loss of about 1.
Tyler Ackerley out there on the field with Derek Dawson still being checked on the sideline. It is 3rd down for the Wildcats, 3rd and 14. It'll be Jennings to the left and White to the right. The handoff goes to one of the slot men, and around the right side, Darian Taylor. Looks like he has first down yardage inside the 10. Let's see where the spot is. They do. They put him at the 9-yard line.
A 5-yard gain, and Riley now has first and goal from the 9.5.
Brown from the shotgun with the back and a low snap, and he picks it up off the ground. Brown runs across the 5-yard line. Donovan Snyder comes up to make the tackle. It will be 2nd and goal for Riley.
Down to about the 4-yard line, call it the 5, so a pickup of about 4.5. Back ISO following that lead blocker.
2nd and goal from the 4 shotgun, and Brown takes it again and inside the 5, and he is hit hard and dropped and around the 2-yard line with 6 rushing touchdowns this season, 363 rushing yards coming into this game. He takes the snap on his left hit. He dives for the goal line. Touchdown, Riley. Senator Brown from a yard away goes up and over the pile. The Wildcats score to make it 7-6 with the extra point coming.
Out of a shotgun formation and just dove over the line and dangerously stuffed the ball out. But once it crossed the goal line, an impressive 15-play drive for the Riley Wildcats.
On to try the extra point. He's a left-footed kicker, and the ball dribbles on the ground, picked up by Brown, and Brown throws it after he is jostled around. He tried to get up and run. He didn't really have good control of it. One of the first men in the backfield there was Tyler Pearson, and a host of others. C.J. Fisher was back there with him. Extra point fails, and Mishawaka holds the lead 7-6. 3:09 to play in the first quarter with a Caveman on top. Back with a kickoff right after this on WSBT.
Simonini Gourmet has Italian cuisine made from scratch daily using family recipes crafted over 100 years ago. At Simonini, you'll enjoy delicious food, unique wine, and a casual, upscale atmosphere. You can buy their fresh pasta, sauces, dressings, and wine from their deli, too. Simonini also offers catering and hosts private parties. Simonini Gourmet, 226 West Cleveland in Granger. Local, fresh, modern.
.309 to play in the first quarter with Mishawaka leading 7-6 after the extra point attempt was no good. Wildcats, they tried to kick it. There was a bad snap, and they ended up Senator Brown, their quarterback, and holder ended up being tackled. C.J. Fisher on the far side, fields it on a bounce, and Fisher will take it up to the 25-yard line.
About a 10-yard return for Fisher, and what Mishawaka can do in their second possession. Their first, they had a 7-play, 65-yard drive. That was answered by Riley's 15-play, 64-yard drive.
Their biggest play was, 44 yards?
Correct.
Sam Shively on the keeper. And for the most part, granted there weren't a whole lot of opportunities, but Chris Harness was bottled up on the last drive. Harness takes the veer to the right side, and he will take it up to the 29-yard line.
Pick up a 4 on first down.
So it'll be second down and 6 for Mishawaka. Coming into Harness with 1,933 yards, 19 touchdown runs, 1 touchdown catch coming in, but already has his second. Hadn't had a touchdown catch all season, and then the last 2 weeks in sectionals with 1 in each game. Shively takes it and goes to the left. Shively takes the tackle and cuts across the 40, coming to the near side across the game. Now cuts back inside again, looking for a block inside the 40 and up to the 46-yard line. Good vision that time by Sam Shively. His head was just on a swivel, breaking tackles one, and then looking for blockers as well.
34-yard run for Shively on the quarterback keep after he faked the ball to Harness. Left, he turned up and wound up, breaking it, as you said, Sean, all the way back here to the right.
That's obviously the thing about the option. Motion by Taylor, and the give is to Harness. The veer to the left, he will get up. Let's see where they give him forward progress. It looks like to the 36-yard line.
To defend the option, you have to be disciplined. You have to have these guys on the fullback. You have to have this guy on the quarterback. You have to have these guys on the pitch. If one guy doesn't do his job, it can go for a big gainer.
Timeout is taken by Riley. 2nd and 9 coming up for Mishawaka. They lead 7-6 with 1:27 to play in the first quarter. Back after this on WSBT.
One person may not be able to change the world, but you can change the world for one. I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. When you donate to the food bank, your neighbor's kids will go to bed with a full stomach. A senior can stock his pantry shelf over what items she must take out of her grocery cart. Hunger is a story we can end. Find out how at feedindiana.org.
Minute 27 to play in the first quarter after a timeout taken by Riley. Mishawaka has the football. 2nd and 9 from the Wildcat 36-yard line. Sam Shively comes up under center, motion by Taylor, and now the counter, and the keeper comes to the right side. Shively will toss it at the last second down the sideline. It is Donovan Snyder. There is a flag down, though, it looks like, back around the 32-yard line.
I think we may get a hold down here on a wide receiver blocking for Mishawaka.
2 different Wildcats shaken up on that play. I saw Damon Woods back by where the flag was thrown, who was getting up slowly, and it is going to be holding on Mishawaka, and the flag is down at around the 32, and another Wildcat is being tended to down at the 20-yard line.
So pick up a 4 on the play, but that will be negated by a 10-yard holding penalty.
Yeah, the other Wildcat was cornerback Chris White, who leads the Wildcats with 5 interceptions this season. They actually turned the ball over, or have caused a lot of turnovers. 30 they have caused this season. Obviously, harder to come by when you're playing this offense in Mishawaka.
Exactly. Yep.
2nd down and 15 after the holding call on the Cavemen. Taylor in the veer left goes to Harness. Harness to the open field, across the 30, across the 20, cuts inside as he's cut off, and Chris Harness will be tackled at the 15-yard line.
Ran the outside veer to the left. A big hole.
Jalen Jennings, the wide receiver and defensive back, ran him down. And, I mean, we've seen both Shively and Harness come from behind here tonight. We have not seen that very much this season.
No, not at all. No, Riley has some speed.
They absolutely do. So it is now 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Motion by Taylor goes to the left. The give is to Harness to the left. And Harness will be stopped after a short gain of what looks like. Let's see where the spot goes, 3 yards.
I didn't get the exact yardage on that last carry, Sean. I apologize, but it went for at least 25 yards.
With 27 officially, Coach.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much. Vince D'Addario doing a good job. Dynamite drop in, Vince, down there on the sideline. End of the first quarter. And Mishawaka will have it 2nd and 8 from the 13 when the second quarter begins. It's 7-6. Mishawaka on top. The Cavemen drive it again. Timeout, and then back with the second quarter on WSBT.
Sonic's morning drink stop with drinks starting at 99 cents before 10 a.m. can turn anyone into a morning person, even me. Good thing I have a 4-hour meeting starting soon. I should bring them all iced teas from Sonic. Now this guy's cutting me off and giving me the #1 sign. A great morning, sir. Only one lane is open. This must be my lucky day.
Wake up with your favorite drink classics starting at only 99 cents. And try order ahead on the Sonic app to get your favorites faster. This is how you Sonic. Text not included. See menu for details for a limited time. Only participating Sonic drive-ins.
7-6, Mishawaka leads Riley at the start of the second quarter. It is 2nd down and 8, Mishawaka from the 13. And an update on Chris Harness, 50 yards. Those are unofficial yards, of course, but we have him at 50 right now. And he came into the game 77 yards away from becoming the single-season Mishawaka all-time leading rusher. 1,983 rushing yards this season. He also has a 4-yard touchdown catch tonight. And 8 for the Cavemen with a football at the 13-yard line, excuse me. One receiver left, one receiver to the right. The dive goes to Harness. He plunges into the middle of the pile up to the 11-yard line.
Riley playing a 4-4 defense. Their defensive tackles are responsible for the fullback with a little help from the backside backers. That means that the inside linebackers have quarterback responsibility, outside linebackers have pitch.
Donovan Snyder is the left halfback. Bradley Taylor, the right halfback. Snyder goes in motion to the right behind Harness, then stops and comes back after Shively barked that count. Shively steps away from center and now comes back under. The keeper goes to the left and the ball is on the ground. Picked up by Shively and into the end zone for a touchdown. Knocked away from Shively. He scooped it up in stride and scores the touchdown.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
And that's what happened right there as Sam Shively scores his 22nd rushing touchdown of the season from 11 yards away.
Shively faked the ball to Harness, going to the left, turned up, had the ball knocked out of his hands, and it just one bounced right back up to him like a basketball dribble.
And, I mean, like you said, lucky than good. I mean, that was a very fortunate bounce
yes,
that it
very,
took.
very fortunate.
So Donovan Snyder is on to try the extra point. C.J. Fisher with the placement. The boot goes through the uprights, and Mishawaka goes on top, 14-6. 11 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the first half. It's Mishawaka 14, Riley 6. This is Cavemen Football on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Hey, sports fans, football's back, and so am I.
This is Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. If you're in the market to purchase a new home or refinance an existing one, give me a call at 287-1152. Here at First Midwest Mortgage, we offer a wide range of mortgage loans, including conventional and our government FHA and VA loans down to a 580 credit score. Call me today, Kevin Putz, your local and trusted mortgage professional. Let me put my 20 years of mortgage experience to work for you. Call me today, 287-1152. NMLS number 127733.
11-11 to play here in the first half, with Mishawaka now leading Riley 14-6. Sam Shively with both a touchdown pass and a touchdown run tonight. The winner of this sectional semifinal plays the winner of New Prairie and South Bend St. Joseph. They're playing over at Father Blythe Field tonight. Snyder does with the kickoff. A short pooch comes to the right, and it is going to be recovered by Mishawaka. Let's see if that's how the officials see it. The Cavemen were jumping up and down. It pooched inside to the left, inside the 40-yard line, and the Cavemen have the football.
That's the advantage of that pooch kick. Normally, they pooch it to their right. This time, it was pooched to the left of the kicking team, and it took Riley by surprise.
That is the first time Mishawaka's recovered one of those this season. We've seen the opposition in different ways recover them, sometimes have them overturned.
Yeah, they've been close, but it almost bounced out of a Mishawaka player back to a Riley Wildcat.
Cavemen back on offense. Fake toss, and Shively wants to throw. Down the middle of the field, looking deep. It is going to be intercepted. They went for it all, and it is picked up by Riley. And Jalen Jennings running to the left side. An offensive lineman gets in front of him, and Jennings is still running, and he will take it all the way up inside the Mishawaka 40-yard line to the 38.
Tried to take advantage of the turnover. Mishawaka wanted to catch Riley napping a little bit, but good coverage on the tight end down the middle. But Jennings came away. He was not defending the tight end. He was defending a wide receiver. He broke on the ball very, very well. Very nice interception, and returned it about 55 yards.
So Riley starts almost at the same spot that Mishawaka had the football. At the Mishawaka 40, over to the left side goes Cummings. And I mean, in the other team's, at the other team's 40, Mishawaka started off up around the 38-yard line. Cummings went to the left and picks up 3 yards. It'll be second down. Vince play. 10-10 or a 10-19 rather to play in the first half. Mishawaka leading 14-6. Out of the pistol formation, the Wildcats. A receiver on either side. Wings as well. Cummings steps up to the right of the quarterback, Senator Brown, who keeps it himself and goes to the right. He's going to be swarmed, though, and tackled for a loss. T.J. Rux, one of the first men in there, and also Nick Davis defensively for the Cavemen. It'll be a loss of 2 yards. Vince?
Well, I was talking to a couple of the Riley coaches before the game, and they saw something in Mishawaka's front that they really liked, and they claimed that their quarterback was going to get a lot of yards on the ground, and running was going to win them this game.
All right, a pass by Senator Brown is going to be intercepted by C.J. Fisher.
Well, wanted to run the curl route out there, and C.J. Fisher just jumped right in front of it.
So Fisher picks it off, and for C.J. Fisher, that is his third interception of the season. He had one last week. Actually, now this is 3 weeks in a row. He had one against Penn. He had one last week against Hobart, and now one here tonight. So after a pooch kick that turned into an onside kick recovered by Mishawaka, an interception by Sam Shively, which was his third of the season, Senator Brown returns the favor with an interception, his sixth of the season for the Wildcats. And now Mishawaka has the football, 1st and 10 at its own 25-yard line.
I'm going to bet they're going to run the ball.
You think? To be Sam Shively, the keeper, as he bowled his way through the middle of that pile there. He will pick up 5 yards.
Ran the follow play, faked it to Harness, and followed right up his butt for about a 5-yard pickup. There was no down the line. It was just, I'm riding you into the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 5. The ball at the 31-yard line. They give us to Harness, and Harness into the open field. Here comes Chris Harness into the record books. Across the 35, the 30. He'll outrun everybody. Chris Harness all the way. The new single-season Mishawaka rushing leader.
69 yards.
So with 8:50 to play here in the first half, Chris Harness busts through that line and takes it all the way. Chris Harness with touchdown run number 20 this season, over the 2,000-yard mark for the year, and he is now the Mishawaka single-season rushing leader.
And I know, Sean, we talk about this a lot. He is not the prototypical fullback. He's about 175 pounds, but he will pound it up in there.
Patton Snyder on to try the extra point as C.J. Fisher takes the snap, puts it down, and kicks it through. You're absolutely right. And, I mean, once he breaks through that first level, it's typically not very often, especially on that veer like that, it's not very often that we see somebody able to take him down.
If you ran in the I formation, he'd be a great tailback.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, you run the wishbone, he's a pretty good fullback.
That's right. Find somebody who runs the I in college, and he would be perfect.
Yeah.
He'd be great in Tom Osborne's old I formation at Nebraska. 21-6, Mishawaka on top. Back after this on WSBT.
Dave here for Zolman's Tire and Auto Care, voted the best tire store 2 years in a row. Right now, bring Zolman's any competitor's tire quote on a set of tires, and they'll beat it by $25. Plus, they'll give you a free alignment check. And Zolman's sells Michelin tires. Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. Zolman's Tire and Auto Care, trusted community service for over 40 years.
The Mishawaka now to kick off after the 69-yard touchdown run by Chris Harness to put Harness into first place in the Mishawaka record books for a single season. So with that, he was a little over 50 yards prior to that, I think. So that's what, at least 119, 120 yards that he has right now tonight. 121 that Chris Harness has. He came into the night needing 249 to become the career all-time leading rusher. The Riley kick return to the 39, which, again, I mean, that's about the spot that Mishawaka had it before.
Well, tried that pooch kick again, and this time Riley called wisely for a fair catch and made the play. And with that, starts at the 39, and with the great returners that Riley has, that's a smart move.
Twin receivers out to the left, and the pistol goes to the left. They string him out, but Cummings picking his way through, finds a hole and takes it all the way up inside the Mishawaka 45-yard line.
About an 18, 19-yard pickup. Now they're going to say he stepped out of bounds about 17 yards then on first down. Nice run and some nice blocking by the Riley wide receiver.
A good downfield blocking. Cummings takes it and goes to the left. He was hit by Nick Davis, and then Tyler Pearson finished him as well. Also Derek Dawson up there. Dawson, who went to the sideline earlier, having his left leg looked at, is back out there, and that is going to be a loss that time of 4 yards.
And watching Harness there on the veer in the midline is completely different from what we're watching from the Riley running backs. They are pickers and sorters.
Right.
They kind of dance around a little bit, and then once they find that opening, they scoot through it.
Kobe Luga is now in as Cummings takes a seat. Snap goes to Senator Brown, and it is going to be intercepted. Jake Koseski takes it away from the receiver. Heading across the green to the right, and Jake Koseski, his second interception this season. He will take it up to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, the ball was in the hands of Riley receiver Chris White, and it kind of just bobbled a little bit, just enough for Mishawaka's Koseski?
Right. Yep.
Oh, Justin Koseski that picked it off.
He's got some vowels and consonants in there.
Yeah, way too many, way too many. But that ball, it should have been caught. And for a moment, I thought he did have it, but Koseski came down with it, and a nice interception.
Koseski's other interception was against Adams at the end of the first half. He had that pick six against the Eagles. That is his first interception. Tackles last week against Hobart. And comes up with the second interception of the night by the Cavemen defense. 7:37 to play in the first half. The Cavemen lead the Wildcats 21-6. Harness down in the three-point stance in the backfield. Motion and the give goes to Harness, driving the legs forward, and Chris Harness takes three Wildcats with him up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he was bent backwards at the end of that play, but he popped right up. He is a tough football player.
That's bad.
Riley was only +1 in the turnover battle for the season going into tonight's game. They have turned the ball over once, but have picked off 2 Riley passes.
Pickup of 6 by Harness. Makes it second down and 4. Toss play comes to the near side, and it is fumbled by Taylor. He manages to corral it as it goes out of bounds on the Cavemen sideline. It's going to be a loss, and 3rd and long coming up for Mishawaka.
Back.
It almost looked like Taylor was looking up to see where the defenders were before he had the ball in his hands and just didn't quite field it or take it cleanly.
Those wingbacks or slots don't handle the ball enough. They're kind of stunned when the ball is tossed out to them.
Yeah. 3rd down and 8 coming. Shively keeps it himself and goes to the right. Well, that just went backwards after a good play by Harness on first down.
Nice 6-yard pickup on first down, and after that, the next 2 plays were negative. The fumble, and Riley did a nice job of playing Shively, which has been a successful play for him. Keith Kinder went back with one of their better plays of the night, but that time Riley defended it.
So it's 4th and 9 from the 36. C.J. Fisher, one of the up men, and Patton Snyder behind him, and the punt will bounce at the 40 on the left side and out of bounds away from Jalen Jennings. It will be Riley football at the 33-yard line.
33-yard punt, no return.
.6:02 to play in the first half. Mishawaka leading 21-6. Now Riley football from its own 33-yard line. Senator Brown. 7 the last 2 times the Wildcats have had the ball.
Their first drive was 15 plays, 64 yards, wound up in a touchdown. But after that, they've been 2 plays and a pick, 2 plays and a pick.
Cummings in the backfield. Brown takes it and gives it to one of the wings. It is Darian Taylor coming to the near sideline, and Taylor will be pushed out of bounds at his own 49-yard line.
16 yards on first down. In their last drive, they picked up 17 on first down. So their first down efficiency is very well right now.
And they've done a decent job. Vince was talking about their game plan. They've done a decent job on the ground.
Nice little scheme.
Double wings in the shotgun. Senator Brown takes it, looks to the left, heaves it in that direction. Grant Jablonski over there defensively. And Senator Brown overthrows Jalen Jennings, his #1 target this season. Came into the night with 40 receptions, 718 yards.
Jennings had a step. A little bit too wide.
Jennings with 5 100-yard receiving games this season. He had that interception as well. Defensively, a lot of two-way guys in this game, and Jennings is one of them. Second down and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 49-yard line. From the pistol, Brown takes the snap, hands it to Cummings. Cummings with a big hole to the right, and Cummings takes it all the way up to the Mishawaka 36-yard line.
And another first down.
First and 10 at the 36 with Mishawaka on top, 21-6. A receiver left, a receiver right. Brown takes it and gives it to Cummings. He tries to bounce it outside, and Cummings tackled by Derek Dawson after crossing the 35-yard line.
Well, we talked about wide receivers and halfbacks for Mishawaka doing a great job as blockers as well, and we have to give credit to the halfbacks or the slots by Riley. They are like pulling tight ends. They're doing a nice job of kicking out.
The shotgun snap to Brown. The slant is caught by Jennings, and Jennings past one defender. He will finally, though, be tripped up as he is tackled inside the 15. Pearson got him in there, but it's going to be a first down on an easy slant catch by Jennings.
Yeah, nice pickup of about 22 yards on the slant. And we were right in line with that, Sean. That was threaded right in between two defenders. That was a nice ball.
4:51 to play in the first half, and it looks like we have an official's timeout. I think Tyler Pearson, who made that tackle, had something in his face mask. The official takes it out, and now they wind the clock once again. Out wide to the left. Spicer is out to the right. Brown from the shotgun, and wow, Jennings just jumped, and then he jumped forward and then came back. There was no flag, and it's going to be a touchdown for Darian Taylor. Did you see what I saw?
Yeah, exactly. We had a wide receiver that reset. Yeah, nobody said a word.
The official was standing 10 yards from him over there on the sideline. So it's going to be a touchdown run for Darian Taylor. Obviously, if you're a receiver, you can go horizontally. You can go to your right or to your left, but you can't jump forward and then come back. So somehow that gets by him. The kick is good by Riley, and it's now 21-13. Mishawaka on top with 4:22 to play in the first half. Let's take a timeout on WSBT.
Welcome fall with one of the biggest treats of the heating season. Legacy Heating and Air, the only Daikin comfort-prone region, is offering a 96% high-efficient Daikin heating system for as low as $55 a month for qualified buyers with as little as $500 down. Act now and capitalize on up to $2,000 of instant rebates and local utility incentives. That's Daikin Air Intelligence. Let the Daikin comfort pros at Legacy Heating and Air keep you and your pocketbook nice and warm this winter.
Legacy Heating and Air, the home of the on-time guarantee.
A Cook family business.
Darian Taylor with a 13-yard touchdown run for Riley. Mishawaka now leads 21-13 with 4:22 to play in the first half. C.J. Fisher and Bradley Taylor are the deep men for Mishawaka. As we wait for the kickoff, the left-footed boot bounces twice, and now through C.J. Fisher's legs. He picks it up back at the 8-yard line, looks for a block, and takes it up across the 15 and to the 18 for the Cavemen.
Bouncing kickoffs, always an adventure.
My goodness, I guess.
Starts with their worst field position of the night at the 19-yard line.
Chris Harness with a 69-yard touchdown run. Mishawaka had to punt its last possession, going 3 and out. Do not see that very often for the Cavemen. A keeper by Shively. He will go to the right and curl upfield to the 23-yard line. Shively with a touchdown run and a touchdown pass tonight.
We've got an injured Riley Wildcat, very slow to get up. Looks like defensive lineman, because it's taken 2 guys to get him up.
The big man, Ramon James, 6'3", 325 pounds. 18 tackles, 3 tackles for loss coming into the night.
Got a little hitch in his get-along.
Yep, he heads to the sideline and he falls down on that tarp over there. Looks like maybe a cramp or something, the way he's got his leg up. Down and 6 to gives to Harness. Into some open field, but he is caught from behind by the jersey and gets it up to the yard line.
Yeah, I think a tighter jersey and he goes all the way. Yeah. About a 10-yard pickup.
The guy with all the hair behind, and he heads off to the sideline now. He's got so much hair that it covers up the number on the back of his jersey. How many yards did he get out of that?
Well, that's number 59, Sean.
Thank you very much, Vince.
You're very welcome. And he's coming off the sideline because he lost his shoe while making that tackle.
Okay. I'm glad Vince got that for us. That is Gage Luga.
Previous play went for 10 yards. This one goes for about a long 3 or 4.
Was that Harness again?
It was.
All right. There are a lot of Lugas on the field tonight. I think 3 of them, by my count, for the Riley Wildcats. The give is to Harness, who crosses the 45 and up to the 46-yard line. Gage Luga had Harness by the bottom of the jersey. And that's what saved Harness from probably going the distance once again. He was into some open field there otherwise. It is going to be 3rd down and 3 for Mishawaka from its own 46. The Cavemen went 3 and out last time. The give goes to Harness. Clear to the left, and Harness across the 50, shucks off a tackler and gets it up to the 36-yard line. He was not having any of Kobe Luga that time as he threw him off and got past him, and then Kobe Luga jumped on his back.
18 yards and another Mishawaka first down.
As Chris Harness keeps on running. Brought to you by Kevin Puntz of First Midwest Mortgage. I think I forgot it the last time, so we'll just say Kevin Puntz of First Midwest Mortgage once again. To the 46, where it's 1st and 10 for Mishawaka. 2 to play in the first half. Motion, and here comes Harness. Veer to the left. Harness across the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Mishawaka on this series, I believe, has the extra lineman in.
I was just looking at that because it looked like Riley dropped an extra down lineman down, and so Mishawaka matched it. They did that all last week with those 6 offensive linemen, and they have matched the linemen up there, and a timeout is taken. 1:51 to play in the first half. Mishawaka leading Riley 21-13. 1st and 10 from the 34 coming up next on 96.1 WSBT.
911.
Officer, I'd like to file a report. I witnessed a robbery.
Robbery.
Yes, at Sonic. I saw a man steal a quarter-pound double cheeseburger and tots for only $2.99. He was about 6'1", brown hair, blue shirt, big smile.
Wait, so he did actually pay just $2.99? I better check this out. Boys, I'm going on lunch.
It's a steal, all right. The Car Hop Classic, a quarter-pound double cheeseburger or Slinger plus tots for only $2.99. This is how you Sonic. Text not included. See menu for details for a limited time only. Participating Sonic drive-ins.
First and 10, Mishawaka from the Riley 34-yard line. Going with big bodies. The offset line for the Cavemen. 5 linemen out there. 4 down linemen for the Wildcats of Riley, and 2 stand-up linebackers out on the ends as well. The dive to Harness, who spins up to the 20-yard line. He was tripped up, or once again was into the second level easily.
Yeah, that was close. Ran the midline, and he was into the second level in a split second.
Gain of 4, and Harness takes the dive again. He is dropped at the 18-yard line, where it's third down.
Yeah, third down and about 5. They are in 4th down territory. They have 2 timeouts left with about 1:10 on the clock.
And 5 as Shively backs away from center. He'll let some clock wind down. 18 on the play clock. Shively comes under center, gives it to Harness. Harness veer to the left to the 15-yard line, where it's going to be 4th and 1.
Remember, in high school football, on a first down, the clock stops until the chains are reset.
4th and 1. Shively keeps it himself, and this is going to be very close. They went with a quick count that time, and they do not give him much forward progress.
No, that's full spot. They will bring the chains out.
If by not favorable, you mean not good, I agree, because his body was at least another yard and a half downfield.
Yeah, right on the initial surge, I thought he easily picked up the first down, and then a Riley defender kind of pulled him back from behind, and I think the spot got somewhere in between.
Yeah, we've seen before, you know, he came down on top of bodies, so I doubt his knee was down. Let's see, they'll stretch the chain out. I don't think he's going to get this. Nope, he's going to be at least the length of the football short.
Turned the ball over with 38 seconds left. Riley has 1 timeout left in the half. But that's a disappointing way to stop that drive, because I know Mishawaka wanted to go in right before half with points, because Riley will receive the second half kickoff.
And Vince down there on the sidelines, I mean, Riley's going to obviously put the ball in the air. They're going to get the ball to start the second half as well. This, at the very least, is a big victory for them, just where they are right now.
Well, it's a huge victory, because one thing Riley can do is they can quick strike on offense, too. And I don't want to use the word devastating, but not scoring there for Mishawaka, they could have been up 2 scores going into halftime, and that would have been a huge momentum swing for this game.
Yep, so already a big one right there, because, again, Riley's going to get the ball to start the second half. They have the football. First and 10 from their own 14, with Mishawaka leading 21-13. There's 38 seconds to play in the first half. Senator Brown, the Riley quarterback, has already thrown a couple interceptions tonight. Takes the snap, looking to the left, and it's going to be incomplete. He throws it short, looking for Jalen Jennings over there.
Good pressure by Thomas Frayling, and he's been one of the pushers all year. He came from his defensive end spot and put a lot of pressure on Senator Brown.
Second down and 10, only 5 seconds ticks off the clock. Vince is going to have Mishawaka head coach Keith Kinder at halftime. Devin Jimenez out there, C.J. Fisher, Donovan Snyder as well, as the run play comes to the near side. Tackled inbounds, Derek Dawson dropped him inbounds, Darian Taylor, so the clock will wind, and I think, or Riley rather, Mishawaka's taking a timeout. So with 22 seconds to play, Mishawaka takes a timeout with 3rd and 10 coming up. Cats will take a quick timeout on WSBT.
It's time to get lost. Lost in adventure and the freedom that is the open road. Hi, this is Rick Shutt with Thor Industries. As the world's largest manufacturer of RVs, we're dedicated to elevating your weekend getaway or cross-country expedition. We are a community of dreamers and explorers who turn everyday life into amazing adventure. It's time to turn I wish into I will with Thor Industries. To learn more and start your adventure, go to thorindustries.com.
We were just talking about how that was a big momentum swing for Riley, but Keith Kinder is not content just to let the clock wind. He takes a timeout with 22 seconds left, and 3rd and 6 coming up for Riley.
Well, if they can make a stop right here on 3rd down, they're going to force Riley to punt the football, and I think that's the plan right now is to see him punt.
Trips to the left. Senator Brown from the shotgun. Throws it to the left. Jalen Jennings. Jennings past the tackler. Jennings up there by C.J. Fisher. Jennings down the sideline, and he is run out of bounds at the 49-yard line with 14 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, so from the 18 to the 49, a 31-yard pass play. And now Riley is thinking with 14 seconds left, the completion, and I have a chance to throw the ball into the end zone.
1st and 10 from its own 49. Brown from the shotgun, looking to the left. Getting some pressure, fires it over there. The catch is made, and out of bounds quickly is Jalen Jennings at the 39 with 9 seconds left in the half.
Nice 12-yard out. Threw the ball where it needed to be on the sideline. Jennings made the catch and stepped out of bounds, and there's 9 seconds left from the 39.
Well, I tell you what, Keith Kinder has made, I don't know that they're all necessarily unconventional, but we've talked about it a little on the air, a little off the air. He's coaching to win no matter what. He's not playing it conservatively, that's for sure.
Exactly, yep.
Handoff goes to Cummings, and Cummings is going to be tackled as he gets it up to the 38-yard line. 3 seconds left in the first half. And the Wildcats take a timeout.
And that was a strange call on 1st down with just 9 seconds left. Thought maybe, one more pass and then the opportunity to throw the ball into the end zone, but they tried to catch Mishawaka in a pass rush and get a big gain out of it, but even if he would have, probably the clock would have run out.
Yeah, absolutely. So Riley's going to have time for one play. Their field goal kicker, Connor Kingston, his long field, he's only goals. He's 2 for 2 actually, but his long is 22 yards, which is basically for the most part. Yeah. So he's a long way away from his range. This is going to be something hook and lateral or something.
I watched him in pregame. He is not in range yet.
Trips to the right. Brown back to throw, looking, fires it deep and over the middle. C.J. Fisher is there and has his second interception of the night. C.J. Fisher with some running room. C.J. Fisher coming to the near side, gets a block across the 30, and no matter what happens, it was going to come back anyway because a player got blocked in the shoulder, and they were going to call a block in the back.
I think he got hit on 2 shoulders and from the side, and they're going to call a block in the back. Nevertheless, it's an interception.
2 interceptions by C.J. Fisher tonight. We'll wait and make sure that's got to be the call because the flag came down during the return, so it's not going to negate the interception. Again, Vince D'Addario is going to have Keith Kinder. I hope he doesn't get too far out of his microphone range, though.
Yeah, sooner or later, Vince is going to talk to Keith.
That's right.
But this is a foul on the offense because Mishawaka has intercepted the pass, so there will be no untimed down. That's the end of the half.
Right. So that is the end of the first half, and Vince D'Addario is going to talk to Mishawaka head coach Keith Kinder. He's got him down there right now.
Coach, pretty impressive first half. Obviously, you're going into the locker room with the lead. I know it probably didn't go the way you wanted to at the end of the half. Talk a little bit about your offense in the first half. Looks like you guys were trying the inside. Wasn't really working, but you found some luck with the veer.
Yeah, they got a really good linebacker. Number 52 is a pretty good player. They got a couple really good defensive linemen. We're not helping ourselves right now. Fourth down. I probably should have called timeout, but they're a good football team. That's why they've won 6 games.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit about your defense, creating turnovers. I think you guys had 3 interceptions in the first half. Real big momentum switch for you guys.
Yeah, they have been. I'm a little worried about our lack of ability to stop the run right now. They are gashing us any way they want when they run the football. They'd be smart to not throw it the second half.
Sounds like you got a work cut out for you at halftime, Coach. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much. The lack of ability to stop the run, the key word from Mishawaka head coach Keith Kinder. 21-13, Mishawaka takes an 8-point lead into the locker room. When we come back, Dean Hobart has an interview coming up at halftime. Matt Embry will also have scores, including that score from St. Joe and New Prairie at the half. And Vince D'Addario will have some statistics for us at halftime as well. 21-13, Mishawaka on top of South Bend Riley. You're listening to Mishawaka Cavemen Football on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Most people look elsewhere to find leaders, not us. We see them everywhere, every neighborhood, every town around. The most promising young men and women in this nation's history. Yours. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka Schools, and we're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, small class size, and preparing students for a global economy. That's the Mishawaka way. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick faculty and staff who see greatness in every child. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
Eddy Street Commons at Notre Dame invites you to dine, shop, enjoy. Just south of campus, Eddy Street Commons has specialty shops like Urban Outfitters, Nicholas J. Salon, Kilwin's Chocolate, and Hammis Bookstore. If you're looking for a delicious dining destination, consider one of Eddy Street's many eateries. O'Rourke, Barbici, Brothers Bar and Grill, and now open is Livery. That's Eddy Street Commons at Notre Dame. Follow them on Facebook. For details on upcoming events and special offers, visit eddycommons.com.
Rossini's.
Rossini's.
Rossini's. Rossini's Pizza.
Just like the cavemen, Rossini Pizza is a Mishawaka tradition, a tradition of excellence when it comes to carry-out pizza. Every Rossini's pizza is carefully made with the freshest ingredients. Their weekly specials include Mondays 18-inch one-topping pizza for just $12.99. Wednesdays feature a 14-inch pizza, garlic cheese bread, and a 2-liter for $17.49. And Saturday, get 2 14-inch four-topping pizzas for just $23.99. Rossini Pizza. Carry out you're proud to bring home. Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka, across from Beaker School.
This is the Mishawaka Cavemen Halftime Show, presented by the Mishawaka Education Foundation on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Hi, this is Dean Huppert, Director of Athletics at Mishawaka Schools, and you're listening to the Mishawaka Education Foundation Halftime Report. And I'm pleased to have with me Matt Carroll, the president of the MEF, and people hear MEF all the time, but it stands for Mishawaka Education Foundation. What do you guys do is the big question, but it's raise money, but you're also helping out the schools in a number of different ways with some amazing projects.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me on here, Dean. We appreciate it. We've got a lot of things that we've been working on lately, and our main mission here is to make sure that we provide unique educational opportunities for Mishawaka students, things that maybe the school wouldn't naturally cover through their own budget, but that give kids an opportunity to really expand their horizons. One of our big things we do is fundraise. So a couple of things we've had going on. We just finished our auction, and we had the best auction that we've had. We grossed $50,000, and 40 of that's going to go right back into helping kids after we covered our costs. Another big one, last year we added our golf outing. And with our annual golf outing, again, we grossed another $50 on that one. And that one went right to academic competitions. So we had a request from the school that we had a lot of kids fundraising for these academic competitions on their own, doing small things. And, we kind of came together and thought it was a good idea. What if those kids spent that fundraising time really focusing on those academic competitions?
And we just had Jessica Mann on, and she was talking about academic competitions a few weeks ago, and she was so happy because it just takes a little bit of pressure off, and that's exactly what you guys are doing. You want kids to have the best education. You want them to have opportunities, but at the same time, why have that stress? If you can take that off the teachers, off the students, that's a win-win for everybody.
No, absolutely, and that just fits right in with our mission, making sure that kids do have an opportunity to those academic competitions. The more time they can spend hitting the books and going out there and competing, the better it is for Mishawaka.
Well, I've been fortunate to be involved in the golf outing and the MEF auction, and I know they're going to be coming back, and you're going to be looking for donors and more excitement for next year. When you think about the MEF and how far it's come, the Mishawaka Education Foundation, huge anniversary, and I'm sure you're going to be celebrating that, but also looking back and saying, okay, this is where it started and this is where we want to go.
Oh, absolutely. So we're coming up next year on our 25th year, 25th anniversary, so it's going to be a big one. And when you talk about the type of grants we're able to give, when it started out with very small, bake sale type of things, to where now we're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars each year out to just help Mishawaka students. And what a change it's been. And we're going to celebrate that next year with our 25th anniversary and look to have our biggest event yet.
And recently you just had some classroom grants that help kids. I know you have some great projects, but when you deliver those, I know you don't always get to see the smiles, but you probably get some letters back, you get some notes, and then teachers are just saying, hey, thanks, you made it easier for us, and now we can take this to the next level.
Yeah, and the classroom grants and the wish list, which is a very $200 and under, and then classroom grants are up to $2,000. Those are great. They impact the classroom, and teachers will send back pictures. Sometimes we'll even get video to just see how the teachers use these, and they're so creative. And we thank all the teachers that applied. This was our biggest grant cycle yet. We had over $10,000 just in the grant cycle that went back into Mishawaka classrooms for these projects. Never had that kind of response from teachers. So I think the word's out, and we're seeing some amazing things.
Well, the wish list is something, if you don't know about it, you need to check out online. But my sister-in-law is a teacher. Some of my best friends are teachers. And you hear about, gosh, I've got to buy this dry erase board. I've got to buy these supplies. And like you said, under $200, you can grant those wishes. And teachers, if they're listening, they can apply.
No, absolutely. Any teacher in Mishawaka schools can put a grant in there for $200 and under for any classroom item that they might need. And this one's funded through donors, so it's kind of crowdsourced. We put the information up there. This doesn't come from our normal budget, but then people donate through us to get that to the classroom. And so they get the charitable piece that goes through us, and then that money goes straight to the teachers. So if anybody out there wants to make a Teacher's Day, head on over to the website and take a look at those and grant a teacher's wish today.
Well, and I know that you plan ahead, too, and everybody out there should be planning ahead. When you start thinking about, okay, where am I going to give my money in a will? There's a legacy grant that you could give back to Mishawaka, and it goes straight into the Mishawaka Education Foundation.
Yeah, this is a newer initiative where we've grown up as an organization that has started to receive estates and ready to receive more, receiving large donations from corporations. And those are what we have as our legacy donations, where somebody can really make an impact on Mishawaka students. If you want to help kids in Mishawaka, there are very few charities where you can help such a broad group. And it really just can do some amazing things. We built a digital arts lab with one of these with state-of-the-art equipment, just phenomenal. We just got approved funding. We're going to be building a greenhouse lab for kids. And that all starts with donors saying, hey, I'd like to leave a legacy. Take some of what I have, either while I'm alive or after I pass away, and then say, hey, let the kids enjoy this.
And while you're listening to this radio station, that's actually partly sponsored by the Mishawaka Education Foundation. The Mishawaka Network, if you've seen the cameras, the YouTube broadcast, those cameras were donated by the Mishawaka Education Foundation. So thank you very much for all you do. Matt Carroll, President of the MEF.
Well, thank you, and thank you to all those who did donate, and we really appreciate the support and appreciate all that you do for Mishawaka schools.
Well, let's keep this incredible momentum going. Now, this has been Dean Huppert, and you've been listening to the Mishawaka Education Foundation Halftime Report. Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
One person may not be able to change the world, but you can change the world for one. I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. When you donate to the food bank, your neighbor's kids will go to stomach. Grocery cart. Hunger is a story we can end. Find out how at feedindiana.org.
Kurt Outdoor Living wants to help you transform your yard into a dream come true. Kurt can deliver bulk hardwood mulch in a variety of colors and textures safe for plants and animals. Dreaming of a new outdoor kitchen? The professionals at Kurt Outdoor Living can help you from planning to purchase to install. Visit their outdoor showroom to see the wide variety of patio pavers, retaining walls, fire features, grills, outdoor kitchen appliances, arbors, and awnings. 2129 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen. KurtOutdoorLiving.com.
Beyond the Cave is a special partnership between Mishawaka Education Foundation and School City of Mishawaka to help School City students explore and plan for career education options following high school. In the Beyond the Cave Center, trained volunteers assist students and their parents to explore careers and post-secondary education and to succeed in applying for admission and scholarships. Contact the Mishawaka High School Guidance Department to schedule an appointment for you and your School City students today. Learn more at scmef.me.
And Matt Embry in the WSBT studios. We've reached the halftime break during our Mishawaka Education Foundation halftime report. Mishawaka leads South Bend Riley 21-13 at the break. We'll send it back to Steele Stadium with the voice of the Cavemen, Sean Stiers, Scott Bovenkirk, and Vince D'Addario shortly. Elsewhere, the other game of note, the winner of this matchup will face the winner of New Prairie and St. Joe, and it's 14-14 in the second quarter. John Driscoll has a kickoff return for touchdown for the Indians. In Class 6A, Valparaiso is on the board against Chesterton, 7-0 in the first. Warsaw leads Penn 7-3 as they get the second half underway at Freed Field. Keep in mind, Penn has never lost to Warsaw in 12 previous meetings. Possible upset in play there. We'll keep you posted. In Class 5A, it's 7-7 at Schoolfield between LaPorte and South Bend Adams. Up 7-0 in the first against Munster. It is no score in the second between Goshen and Elkhart Central. And at the half, Concord leads Memorial 21-14. Also in Class 4A, Northwood all over East Noble 25-7 at the break. At the half, Angola undefeated leads Northridge 21-0. In Class 3A, Mishawaka Marion leads Knox by a count of 14-6. That's in the second quarter. And Tippy Valley, after one quarter, leads Waconaquah 6-0. And a few other notables in Class 2A, Bremen ahead of Central Noble 29-7 at the half. And in 1A, Triton leads Winnemac 14-10 at intermission. 21-13 after one half of football at Steele Stadium. Mishawaka in front over the Riley Wildcats. After this timeout, we send it back to Steele Stadium for stats and the second half. This is Mishawaka Cavemen football powered by Midland Engineering on WSBT South Bend.
Hi, this is Bud Leckleitner. When your garage door quits working, Leckleitner can fix it fast. Call 295-6311. Want to improve the look of your home? Try a new garage door. Call Leckleitner at 295-6311. Need service or installation on a commercial, industrial, or agricultural door? Call Leckleitner at 295-6311. When you need same-day service, Leckleitner Door can deliver. Leckleitner Door, sales and service. We open all the right doors. Call us at 295-6311.
It's time to get lost. Lost in adventure and the freedom that is the open road. Hi, this is Rick Shutt with Thor Industries. As the world's largest manufacturer of RVs, we're dedicated to elevating your weekend getaway or cross-country expedition. We are a community of dreamers and explorers who turn everyday life into amazing adventure. It's time to turn I wish into I will with Thor Industries. To learn more and start your adventure, go to thorindustries.com.
Dave here for Zolman's Tire and Auto Care, voted the best tire store 2 years in a row. Right now, bring Zolman's any competitor's tire quote on a set of tires, and they'll beat it by $25. Plus, they'll give you a free alignment check. And Zolman's sells Michelin tires. Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. Zolman's Tire and Auto Care, trusted community service for over 40 years.
Mishawaka Cavemen Football is brought to you by Midland Engineering Company on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
21-13, Mishawaka leads Riley at the half. Sean Stiers along with Scott Bove and Kirk Vince Diderio down on the sideline. Sam Shively with a 4-yard touchdown pass to Chris Harness to start the scoring. Shively then with an 11-yard touchdown run. Chris Harness with a 69-yard touchdown run to become Mishawaka's single-season all-time leading rusher. Over 2,000 yards he has, Chris Harness. And for Riley, Senator Brown, the quarterback, a 1-yard touchdown run, and Darian Taylor with a 13-yard touchdown run. Before we get some stats from Vince Diderio, he's got some individual stats down there. Just some thoughts. It's a pretty close game here, obviously, at halftime. Just 8 points.
Like we said during the break, Sean, that Riley's probably feeling real good about themselves right now, being down 1 score, getting the ball, and like Vince's conversation with Keith Kinder right before half, they're walking off the field kind of shaking their heads a little bit discouraged about what went on, and especially in the second quarter.
Vince, give us some of the individual stats real quick for each team.
Well, first for Riley, the visitors, Senator Brown is 4 of 9 from the quarterback position for 80 yards. All 4 of his completions have gone to Jalen Jennings. 4 catches for 80 yards. Senator Brown on the ground, 7 attempts for 23 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Cummings, 11 attempts for 53 yards. And Darian Taylor, 4 rushes for 38 yards and a score. For the home team, Sam Shively, 1 of 2 throwing the ball. 1 was a touchdown, 1 was an interception. Chris Harness, 20 attempts, 189 yards on the ground and 1 score. Sam Shively, 8 rushes for 96 yards and 1 touchdown. Donovan Snyder, 1 carry for 4 yards. And, of course, Chris Harness has the 1 catch on the night for 4 yards and the touchdown.
Touch on, you saw those Riley guys coming out of the locker room, and you said that they seem like a pretty confident bunch coming out.
Oh, they were begging for post-game interviews. They're telling me that they're going to be the ones that are going to be interviewed when the game is over. Why wouldn't they be confident? I mean, it's a 1-score game. They're getting the ball at halftime. They haven't had trouble scoring the ball this season. And so, yeah, I think they should be confident going in.
Riley's wins this year, 44-22 over Washington, 45-10 over Clay. That was in the regular season. 14-13 over Jimtown, 40-6 over Glenn, and then last week 40-6 in the sectional over Clay. Their losses: 42-12 to Bremen, 46-12 to Adams, 21-13 to Marion, and 35-13 to New Prairie. So, I mean, we kind of talked about it. It was a victory for Riley, I think, just to get the ball away from Mishawaka with, about 38 seconds to play in the first half. Now they get the ball to start the second half, down by just 8 points.
I think this first drive of the second half is going to be a very critical one for Mishawaka and a very interesting one for Riley right here, to see if Mishawaka does anything to shore up their defense against a Riley running game that really has been running roughshod through them through the first half.
Yeah, both sides of the ball real quick, Vince, before the kickoff. Riley's done, with a couple of exceptions, a pretty good job of holding their ground on both sides of the line of scrimmage tonight.
Oh, I completely agree, but one thing you're going to want to keep an eye on, Sean, you kind of mentioned this in the first half, a lot of two-way players up front on that line as well.
Yeah.
See how they hold up moving forward.
All right, thank you, Vince. Vince Diderio down on the sideline joining us tonight. Scott Bovenkirk up here in the booth. Sean Stiers with you. Patton Snyder and Ryan Watt both there for the kickoff. Jalen Jennings, the deep man. We've seen pooch kicks, and now this one does go deep and back to the 15-yard line. Jennings takes it. He's returned to one for 80 this year. He gets away from Tommy Frailing, still on his feet as he darts through traffic to the left, and he's finally pushed out of bounds up at the 31-yard line.
So about the average starting position, they tried to take advantage of Riley moving their deep turn men up against the pooch kicks. So now Mishawaka tried to kick the ball deep, but 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They're starting at the 34-yard line again.
Let's see what adjustments Mishawaka makes defensively, and if Riley does come out and try to run the football more in the second half. Senator Brown, and a flag comes down at the snap of the football. Coming to the left and tackled by Nick Davis is Marleo Burton. It's going to be a flag, though.
Yeah, nice play. Burton is a little guy, picked up about, he's a real little guy.
5'5", 145 pounds.
That's real little.
Yeah, it is.
But when Burton went in motion, they also had an offensive lineman that was going down at the same time, and that's what caused the 5-yard walk-off.
It will be a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 it'll be for Riley. Just underway in the second half. Mishawaka leading 21-13.
Played Mishawaka to death in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Riley had him in some 4th and longs, and Riley was able to get out of the trouble.
Brown from the shotgun, sends Burton in motion, hands off to Cummings. Cummings to the left, finds an opening. Cummings still on his feet, up across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, 18-yard pickup and a first down.
Well, Keith Kinder said it at halftime. If he was Riley, he'd keep running the football, and that's what Riley does right there. They put it all the way up at the 48.
Doing a nice job of kicking out the defensive ends.
Senator Brown takes it and hands it to Cummings. Cummings to the left, gets past Frailing. Frailing had him, and what would have been a 1-yard gain, but Cummings keeps going up to the Mishawaka 45.
As you said, Sean, ran out of some tackles.
Tommy Frailing, who has 36.5 or had 36.5 coming in, 8 sacks, a team high this year, into the middle. Not much running room there, and it looks like he gets maybe a half yard out of it across the 45 of Mishawaka. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That was kind of like almost like a wildcat. Senator Brown had nobody in front of him. The ball was snapped to him, and he just took off. But Mishawaka's front 4 played stout. Leaves about a 3rd and 3.
From the 44 of the Cavemen, from the shotgun, Senator Brown, and everybody jumps that time. Who's it going to be on?
False start, I would think. They had offensive linemen looking like Jack in the Box.
That's right. The Wildcats start walking backwards. Instead of 3rd and 3, it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for Riley from the Mishawaka 49-yard line.
We've seen 1 punt in the game, and that was by Mishawaka. That punt in the first half.
That's true. It's usually the other way around. Yep. 10 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 21-13 Mishawaka. 3rd down and 8 for Riley. Brown from the shotgun, looking to the right, fires it over there, and it's going to be broken up. Devin Jimenez with a good play on the ball, jumped and punched it away from Jaden Spicer.
Yeah, Jimenez made a nice break on the ball. It was an out cut thrown at the sticks, and that's a ball that's in the air a long time. And Senator Brown goes to the sideline, and it appears that Riley will punt for the first time tonight.
Chris White on and into punt formation. He is an athlete, though, a wide receiver, so the ball at midfield could be a fake, but a quick punt gets away as Mishawaka played the defense up close to the line of scrimmage, expecting a potential fake, and the punt will bounce back to the 15-yard line, and that's where the Cavemen will have it for the first time in the second half.
35-yard punt, no return on Riley's first punt. And as you said, Sean, nobody back deep, being the fake.
Chris Harness starts the second half with 189 yards. He is 60 yards away from becoming the school's all-time leading rusher. He already eclipsed the single-season rushing mark tonight, over 2,000 yards. Sam Shively, 96 yards as the second half begins. Mishawaka leading 21-13 with 9:41 on the clock. In as Riley, Mitch Harness takes the veer to the right. He'll get a few yards out of it and bring up second down.
Nice start on first down, a nice 4-yard pickup. Wants a nice long drive that results in a score and wears down the Riley defense.
And 6 for the Cavemen after the pickup of 4 yards. Again, the give is to Harness. Again, it's a give to Donovan Snyder, and Snyder on that quick toss goes around to the right as they fake it to Chris Harness. He picks up just a couple of yards. He was pushed out of bounds over there, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, they went to the pitch, the third option of the triple, and picked up 5 yards out of it. Their outside linebackers up almost in a 6-man front.
They get Stout up on the line. The give is to Harness, and Harness, what's he going to get? It's hard to tell from where that pile ended up. It's going to be 4th and short.
Might have got a half a yard. And right about now, a very interesting, now they're going to set it back. This is a 4th and 1 from their own 23-yard line. And it looks like Mishawaka is going to keep the offense on the field, Sean.
There are 4 down defensive linemen. Shively comes up under center. 4 down linemen. Linebackers outside. And now another linebacker creeps in, and now they've got 5 down linemen. The give is to Harness, and Harness drives the pile forward to the 30-yard line for a hard-fought first down.
Yeah, it wasn't as smooth as the 6-yard pickup wound up to be. I mean, he was hit at the line of scrimmage. It was just all Chris Harness on that one.
Brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. Is that first down as Riley just packing the box, and they are begging Mishawaka for one of those toss plays around the edge. Instead, it goes to Harness again, and Harness, not wanting to be taken down, finally is brought down. He was twisting and turning in there in the middle, and he picks up 4 yards.
Well, Mishawaka has got the extra lineman in, and the 2 wings, the 2 halfbacks are in tight, and that brings Riley's defense in tight as well.
Shively on the keeper, and now he will toss it late to the near side. Brad Taylor across the 50, and he's hit out of bounds. First down, Mishawaka, brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
Nice 19, 20-yard gain, and that is the advantage of having a quarterback who has run this offense as much as he is. Drew to him, and at the last minute, dished the ball out for a nice 20-yard gain.
First down, Mishawaka at the 45. The give is to Harness as he drives forward across the 40 to the 39 of Riley.
And remember, when you change your defense like Riley has, just the subtlety of bringing those outside lines, it changes.
Yard pickup
option.
Stick for Chris Harness makes it 2nd and 4. The give is to Harness again. Veer to the left as he drives his legs, and the ball up to the 35 where it should be a Mishawaka first down.
Should be is the operative word.
We've seen some spots.
We've had some intriguing spots.
Well, guess what?
Wait a minute now.
They say 3rd and inches. Are they going to move the sticks? Yep, they are. Late, they move the sticks. First down, brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
It was either that or we were going to have to measure our chains. I think we're using 11-yard chains out there.
The give goes to Harness as Harness takes the dive and stumbles forward. He picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, the inside veer is tough because you've got some big people in there in the middle, and they are playing well for Riley.
Second down and 7 after a pickup of 3 yards for the Cavemen. The give is to Harness again. Harness up to the 30 and the 29-yard line.
Ran the action that they run the trap with, a little counter option. Ran it back weak. 3rd and 5, and to be honest with you, Riley would have struggled if they would have ran the counter option that way. Let's see what they do here.
3rd down and a short 5, and Shively will keep it around to the left. Shively with a stiff arm says goodbye to the defender and says hello to the end zone. Touchdown, Mishawaka.
Mishawaka fooled Riley with formation on last down and on this one. They had the unbalanced line to the field, and Riley overshifted. They didn't leave enough people back to play the quarterback and the pitch back here on the weak side.
Sam Shively with his 2nd touchdown run of the night. 29 yards, is that what that was?
30 yards.
30 yards.
Yep.
All right, so a 30-yard by Sam Shively to put the Cavemen up by a pair of scores, 27-13 with 5:24 to play in the 3rd quarter, and Patton Snyder to attempt the extra point. The snap is there, a little bit off, but C.J. Fisher puts it down, and it is 28-13. Mishawaka after Sam Shively's 2nd touchdown carry of the evening. We'll take a timeout and then back with kickoff after this on WSBT.
Welcome fall with one of the biggest treats of the heating season. Legacy Heating and Air, the only Daikin comfort pro in the region, is offering a 96% high-efficient Daikin heating system for as low as $55 a month for qualified buyers with as little as $500 down. Act now and capitalize on up to $2,000 of instant rebates and local utility incentives. That's Daikin Air Intelligence. Let the Daikin comfort pros at Legacy Heating and Air keep you and your pocketbook nice and warm this winter.
Legacy Heating and Air, the home of the on-time guarantee. A Cook family business.
5:24 to play in the 3rd quarter. A kickoff coming after a 30-yard touchdown run by Sam Shively. On the sideline doing stats tonight has Chris Harness with 221 yards, which means he is 28 yards away from becoming Mishawaka's all-time leading rusher. Sam Schrader had 3,842 yards in his career. The former Caveman quarterback, Chris Harness, came into the night with 3,594 yards. He already full season all-time leading rusher for Mishawaka. He broke that record earlier, and he needs just 28 yards the rest of the night to become the all-time career leading rusher.
Sam Schrader is a Butler Bulldog.
That's right. Senator Brown from the shotgun for Riley. Quick pass out to the left. Jalen Jennings on the little screen, and Jennings, though, is driven backwards by Nick Davis, and then a host of Cavemen get over there and make the tackle for the loss. C.J. Fisher was over there, T.J. Rux was over there, and Grant Jablonski as well.
In the bottle on those little guys. Boy, I mean, they are squirting around down there. And once you get a hand on them, they go down. But I'll tell you what, they are very elusive running backs and receivers for Riley.
It will be 2nd down and long as the tackle is made at the 35-yard line. C.J. Fisher, the first man there.
For Riley, they had a couple penalties that were very costly. They had a big 18-yard run. But like you and Vince were talking about at halftime, let's see how much this two-way is starting to wear down Riley's big men, because they were creating some nice holes earlier in the game.
It's tough, especially for those linemen, I think.
Yeah,
Skill guys at least get to stand around a little bit, but they're all night if you're playing on the line going both ways. 3rd and 11 for Riley. Under some pressure. Tommy Freeling knocks it away. The sack and the fumble. It's Mishawaka football at the 20-yard line.
Not only is that a 15-yard sack, but the ball came out, and I think they are pointing towards covering the fumble. Now the bad news.
Tommy Freeling, who made the play, is down laying face down on the field. Mishawaka has already had a slew of injuries on the defensive side of the football this year, and Tommy Freeling just laying face down, and a couple of Mishawaka trainers are out there. Keith Kinder out there as well. They roll him over on his back.
Some pain, but he came through clean, and Senator Brown, instead of stepping up in the pocket, kept retreating, and him running backwards was not going to outrun Freeling running forwards. It was a huge sack, and on the collision, the ball came out.
So Tommy Freeling is down, unfortunately, and remember, Nick Bodle has been out for close to a month now, and Bodle was their second leading tackler when he was injured against St. Joe with 47 tackles. Freeling is on his feet, but he is put on the shoulders of Joe Caldrone, the defensive coordinator, and he just carries him off with not quite a fireman's carry, but like a sack of potatoes over the shoulder.
Don't know if I've ever seen that before, but yeah.
They're carrying him over to the sideline, and he is not moving very much.
No, he's hurting. He is hurting. There's no question about it. But the way they're taking him off the field, I can't believe that it's a serious injury.
You mean not a serious injury?
Yeah, I can't believe that it is a serious injury.
Oh, okay.
The way they're, I mean, if it was something serious, they'd have brought a cart out or something, I would think.
So now 1st and 10 for Mishawaka at the 20. To give us to Harness, veer to the right. He'll pick up a couple of yards. 28-13, Mishawaka leads Riley with 3:45 to play here in the third quarter. Pickup of 2 for Chris Harness. Sam Shively scored on a 30-yard touchdown run earlier. And so now Sam Shively comes up under center. It was a pickup of 2 by Harness. 2nd down and 8. Shively will keep it himself and go right. Shively across the 15 where it'll be 3rd down.
Well, I think Riley has geared to stop Harness. Now they've given up some really, really big plays to Harness, but for the most part, this inside veer, they've done a nice job. Allowed Sam Shively to have a nice night on his own.
3rd down and 4, and the little inside give to the right to Donovan Snyder. Snyder will pick up a couple of yards, but he is finally dragged backwards. Snyder came around from his left halfback position, and Shively got a couple of yards. It's going to be 4th down and 3.
We used to see the scissors play. We're going to get a timeout here for, it looks like maybe a field
goal try.
Yeah, on the field. But we've seen a lot of that counter, a lot more of that scissors play when Bart Curtis was the head coach. We haven't seen much of it this year.
Patton Snyder on to try the field goal. He has 2 field goals this year, 34 and 39 yards. This will be on the right hash mark. The kick is on the way and no good. Wide left, missed field goal by Patton Snyder, and Riley will take over with a minute 45 to play in the third quarter, and Mishawaka leading 28-13.
So the Riley sack and fumble turned out to be no points for Mishawaka. That is
and even worse is the fact that Frayling is sitting on the sideline right now, still sitting on the bench on the near sideline, and it looks like he's going to get up on his own, but probably he's going to walk someplace.
Ankle or a foot, because he has one shoe off, and he is putting weight on it.
Yeah.
So
he's going to get on the cart.
I think they're going to do a little tape job here.
At the snap of the football, a flag comes down once again. Senator Brown on the keeper went to the right. Let's see what the penalty is going to be.
Two guys in motion again. Can't do that in the United States.
Micah Washington is on the line now for Mishawaka. Joe Willis, T.J. Rux, Watt out there. So Tommy Frayling is out. And those are the 4 defensive linemen now. Jay Koseski comes up playing the outside linebacker position. Slant, and it is going to be caught by Jaden Spicer. A slant to the right side. It popped off his hands first, and then he made the catch and takes it up to the 31-yard line.
Pickup of about 11 yards on the throw and catch, but because of the penalty, it's going to leave a 2nd and 4.
Spicer with the grab came into the night. 5 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Senior receiver from the pistol. Senator Brown on 2nd down and 4 yards. He moves Cummings, who comes up to his right beside him. Brown is going to keep it himself and charge up the middle. He reaches forward to the 30-yard line, and he's going to be close to a first down. Let's see how they mark it.
Took the running back out of the I formation in the pistol, moved him up next to him. An extra blocker when he ran a little wildcat ISO or a quarterback ISO out of pistol formation.
From the shotgun now, Brown, and the inside handoff comes to the right side, and spinning his way up to the 37-yard line is Darian Taylor, who scored a touchdown earlier tonight. Taylor, not much of a rusher coming in, 17 catches for 115 yards, but he's had a few runs tonight. He picks up 8 there to make it 2nd and 2. And the Cavemen take a timeout, or actually end of the third quarter. I'm sorry, wasn't looking at the scoreboard. 28-13 at the end of the third quarter. Mishawaka leads Riley. You're listening to Mishawaka Cavemen Football on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
There's nothing better than award-winning jumbo wings and an ice-cold schooner while you watch great sports programming on huge flat screens at Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. If you love wings and a whole menu of great food and drink options, come to Wings Etc. for lunch, dinner, late-night drinks and snacking, and lots of HDTV sports. And now, when you can't eat, drink, and watch the game here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, good food, great times, and online ordering at togo.wingsetc.com.
Start of the fourth quarter, Mishawaka leading Riley 28-14, and we will wait until after this play to get an injury update on Tommy Frayling, who's still sitting down on that John Deere cart on the sideline right now with one of his shoes off. It's 2nd down and 2, Riley from its own 38. The snap back to Senator Brown, a little bit of pressure out of the pocket to the right. takes it and runs upfield, and he is tackled out of bounds on the far sideline by Derek Dawson, and down to Vince D'Addario after the short pickup by Riley to bring up third down.
Well, as Coach mentioned, it didn't look like it was all that serious of an injury. They took his shoe off for Fraley. They took his shoe off in like 13 different socks that he had on, and they got him taped up. He was walking around. Looks like he's getting ready to go right back in this game.
Yeah, he's jogging back to the sideline now. Third down and inches for Riley. To Senator Brown. He crosses the 40 and has a first down for the Wildcats. Mishawaka leading 28-13, just underway here in the fourth quarter.
Mishawaka has a two-score lead. It's kind of an uneasy score, isn't it?
It's just this game has just had a weird feel to it all night long.
Yeah. Riley has that. You can see that they have the potential to go the distance in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. When they got receivers like Jennings, the handoff again goes to Darian Taylor. He'll try to take it to the right, but he's going to be tackled over there on the perimeter. Willis got up there to make the stop. Nick Davis as well. Going to be a loss of a yard. Bring up second and 11. So far, Frayling is still on the sideline. Snap and a fumble. A flag comes down as Senator Brown falls on it back at the 32-yard line. Both a fumble that Brown has to fall on for a loss and a flag as well, so we'll see what it's all going to be.
Snap came back a little bit hot and went through Brown's hands for a loss of about 10 yards.
Micah Washington races off the field for Mishawaka as Ryan Watt comes back on.
The shifter motion penalty against Riley, so that penalty will be declined, and the Cavemen will accept the play.
Third down and 20 for Riley. Donovan Snyder is the deep safety as he goes right a little bit at the 46-yard line from the shotgun. Senator Brown looks to the left, under pressure by Watt. It's going to be caught, though, and Cummings will take it up across the 45 to the 47-yard line, where he's tackled out of bounds by Donovan Snyder. A lot of running room for him. He's going to be short of the first down, but Riley will likely go for it on fourth down near midfield.
Yeah, they ran the double slant out here with the two wide receivers and then took Cummings out of the backfield and hit him in stride.
Fourth down and 5. Riley from its own 47. Under pressure is Brown. He's flushed out of the pocket and comes to the left. Crosses midfield. Has a first down, still on his feet as he spins all the way up to the Mishawaka. Cavemen just over-pursued a little that time as it broke down, and Brown was able to make something out of it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You never want to run by the quarterback, and they had two defenders that rushed upfield and wound up going past the quarterback, and that made an easy scramble for Brown, who picked up 14 yards on a scramble.
And now Riley from the Mishawaka 39. Brown takes the snap, looking deep, fires to the right. It is high, and it is broken up by Grant Jablonski. He was looking for Darian Taylor, was Senator Brown. And there is a Wildcat down on the field, and a good play by Jablonski coming up behind Brown to play the ball.
Yeah, Taylor was calling for pass interference, but Jablonski had as much right to that football as did Taylor, and Jablonski went up, and I thought he was going to out-jump Taylor and take the ball away.
Jablonski, who had that 79-yard pick six last year, is that, I think it is Jalen Jennings who is down on the field.
I was looking to see if it was Jennings, and I'm not so sure.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm not so sure there was anybody around him. I don't know if he went down on a break or what, but
he's hobbling pretty badly. He gets up and walks off.
I did not see any contact.
I didn't either. But then I was looking at the ball downfield more.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Now it's second down and 10, Riley, at the Mishawaka 39. 8:51 to play in the fourth quarter. Mishawaka with a 28-13 lead. The winner of this game plays either New Prairie or South Bend St. Joseph next week. Snap back to Senator Brown. Quick pitch out to the right is caught and turning it upfield and breaking a tackle. Still on his feet and still going inside the 5 and all the way down to the 1-yard line goes Chris White. It'll be first and goal for the Wildcats after a pickup of 38 yards.
Yeah, that's a 38-yard little wide receiver screen, and once again, probably broke about 5 or 6 tackles on the way. And we've got another Wildcat down.
This time it is a lineman, Gavin Luga. Another one of those two-way guys. Gavin Luga is down. It's going to be first and goal. Riley, they actually put him at the 2-yard line. And while we've got a second with Luga down on the field, let's check in with Matt Embry in the studio to see if we have a score update from New Prairie and South Bend St. Joe.
Well, Sean, at this point, it has been all St. Joseph. 2 costly turnovers in the second quarter by New Prairie have been turned into 14 points. Connor Radigan with 2 touchdown Indians. Also, John Driscoll with a kickoff return for 6. It is St. Joe just underway in the third quarter, leading New Prairie by a count of 28-14. If this score holds and Mishawaka wins, we will be back to Steel Stadium next Friday. Sean Stiers.
That is right. Thank you. And a direct snap back to Senator Brown. Jumps into the pile, short of the goal line. It was first and goal at the 2, so now it's going to be second down and goal still around the 2-yard line. That's right. If Mishawaka wins and South Bend St. Joe wins, the game would be here at Steel Stadium next week. If New Prairie wins, the game would be at New Prairie next week. It has to win this one first. Just under 8 to play in the fourth quarter. The snap to Senator Brown looked like he was going to run. Instead, he throws and it's caught in the end zone. Darian Taylor, touchdown Riley with 7:54 to play in the fourth quarter.
Got second down, they ran on first down, they ran the little Wildcat. It went for no gain. On second down, took a couple steps forward like they were going to run it again, snuck Taylor out from a wing position, and he was wide open in the end zone.
That is Taylor's second touchdown of the night. He had a 14-yard touchdown or a 13-yard touchdown run in the first half. The extra point for Riley is good. And it is 28-20 in favor. 7:54 remaining in the game. Let's take a timeout. 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Midland Engineering Company is proud to partner with Mishawaka Schools to bring you caveman football. We believe in the Mishawaka way and are honored to work on upgrading their facilities, including historic Mishawaka High School. At Midland, we take pride in being part of our community, whether it's our annual Fallen Heroes Community Service Award with the South Bend Cubs or working with other local charities and nonprofit organizations. Midland and its employees are committed to enhancing the quality of life in Michiana. Midland Engineering Company, a community partner for nearly 100 years. Visit midlandengineering.com.
It is 28-20 in favor of Mishawaka with 7:54 remaining here in the ball game, and Riley just went 80 yards for a touchdown. And I mean, there've been big plays made by Mishawaka tonight. We've a couple interceptions. They had the strip sack and the fumble, but then they weren't able to turn that into any points. And we're sitting here with an 8-point game. That's a big difference right now when you get the ball at the 25-yard line.
And Mishawaka has their hands team on the field expecting an onside kick.
And Chris Harness is one of the deep men along with C.J. Fisher with the other close to the line of scrimmage. The low kick goes to C.J. Fisher, and he falls down. C.J. Fisher back at the 17 falls on it. Shades of a couple of weeks ago against Penn when all kinds of crazy stuff went wrong.
Looked like he was on roller skates. But that's what happens when you kick that ball on a line drive and let it bounce around. It bounces to the right on the first bounce. It bounces to the left on the second. And he was very fortunate to get back on that. Mishawaka will start at their own 18-yard line.
C.J. Fisher's an outfielder for the baseball team, but it's just like baseball. Once the ball starts bouncing, bad things can happen. Just pick that thing up and secure it one way or another. 1st and 10 for Mishawaka from its own 17-yard line. 7:54 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Cavemen lead the Riley Wildcats 28-20. Harness in the backfield, and Harness bursts his way forward up to the 20-yard line.
Pickup of about 7 yards on first down. Nice start to the drive, and we've said it before, we'll say it again, good teams answer. And let's see how Mishawaka responds, being up only 8 with 7.5 to go.
And a pickup of 7 yards on first down. Shively will fake the handoff. He will pitch it to the near side and up to the 35 and the 36-yard line. A late flag. Donovan Snyder took the toss from Sam Shively. It's going to be a first down, brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage, and I would imagine some kind of personal foul coming on the Wildcats.
I feel like it might be a face mask or... They call targeting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it was down by the bench. I was unable to see exactly what the hit was, but it's going to give 15 extra yards and put the ball field.
That's a big penalty against Riley.
Chris Harness right now, 228 yards tonight. He is 21 yards shy of Mishawaka's all-time school rushing record, held by Sam Schrader. He has the single-season rushing mark. He broke that earlier tonight in the first half. 1st and 10 from the 50 for Mishawaka. The give is to Harness. The veer goes to the left. He'll pick up 3, and it'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, the accolades and the records are nice, and right now I guarantee Chris Harness wants to just win a football game.
No, that's exactly right. I mean,
play next week.
That's when your efforts or go to the team, and he's done a great job these last couple of years of giving his team his best. And he's also done a good job of giving credit to those big linemen in front of him. The fake to Harness, and Shively keeps it and goes around to the left. He'll be tackled up at the 39-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Yeah, nice play by Shively, who had to actually give some ground penetration in order to continue on down the line with the option.
They put him at the 38 instead of the 39. Just about every spot has been a little bit off what we thought tonight.
Everything's been a little off. Everything. But you're right. It's just, he's up to the 30. No, it's 38.
Ball's on the left hash mark. 3rd down and 2. It will be a toss to the near side. Donovan Snyder, and Snyder is going to be
about a half yard short.
Yep, they give him the 39-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down. Give credit to the Riley defense. Both the interior of the line and their skill guys have shown some speed tonight to cut some of that stuff down.
Early in the game, they had no clue on how to defend the pitch, especially when it was run to the short side. And that time, they had some people running, and Mishawaka was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
4th down and a yard for Mishawaka. And who's taking a timeout?
Timeout, Riley.
Riley is going to take it. 4th and 1 for the Cavemen. The football at the Riley 41-yard line. Mishawaka leads by 8 with 4:50 remaining This is Mishawaka Cavemen Football on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Rossini.
Rossini's.
Rossini's. Rossini's Pizza.
Just like the cavemen, Rossini Pizza is a Mishawaka tradition, a tradition of excellence when it comes to carry-out pizza. Every Rossini's pizza is carefully made with the freshest ingredients. Their weekly specials include Mondays 18-inch one-topping pizza for just $12.99. Wednesdays feature a 14-inch pizza, garlic cheese bread, and a 2-liter for $17.49. And Saturday, get two 14-inch four-topping pizzas for just $23.99. Rossini Pizza. Carry out you're proud to bring home. Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka, across from Beeger School.
After a Riley timeout, it's 4th down and 1 for Mishawaka. The football at the Riley 41-yard line. 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Mishawaka leads 28-20. Looking for another score to try to put this ball game away. Riley has not gone quietly, though, tonight.
Two receivers to the left. Now they're going to shift both of them to the right. The inside receiver is ineligible. He is on the line of scrimmage.
Otherwise, it's the wing T. Shively under center. The give go to the record books once again. All the way, Chris Harness. He becomes Mishawaka's all-time leading rusher with a 41-yard touchdown run. Both of his touchdowns tonight have sent him into the record book. And I know, Coach, you talked about the team effort, but the team and the individual have coincided here tonight in big ways.
It's our job. It's our job to acknowledge when a record is broken.
Right.
All I'm saying is that Chris Harness can't wait to get in the locker room and play another week.
It's absolutely right. It's now 34-20 with 4:43 remaining. The extra point is good by Patton Snyder. It is 35-20. The 41-yard touchdown run by Chris Harness moves him past Sam Schrader, and he is now Mishawaka's all-time leading rusher. We'll take a timeout and back with kickoff on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Hi, sports fans. This is Mary Ann Herendine from Hearth and Home. We have been helping people stay warm since 1977. Vermont Castings, Heat and Glow, Heatilator, and Quadrifire are the best brands of stoves, fireplace, and inserts. They have stood the test of time, and they have kept up with them. Stop in soon and let Hearth and Home keep you cozy with a Vermont Castings, Heat and Glow, Heatilator, or Quadrifire product. Visit us on the web at hearthandhome-sb.com or call 574-272-3030.
Chris Harness unofficially with 32 carries for 274 yards tonight. He needed 249 to become Mishawaka's all-time leading rusher. He is also the single-season all-time leading rusher for the Cavemen. And most importantly, with 4:43 remaining, Mishawaka leads Riley 35-20.
Answer, big touchdown, two-score lead, and ran some time off the clock. Still 4:43.
Ryan Watt kicks it off. It goes deep. Cummings takes it back at the 6. Cummings on the far side to the middle of the field, turns into the middle, up across the 20 to the 23-yard line, and he is still, he is finally tackled, and now a late flag flies, and this one's probably going to go against the Cavemen.
You know, I never understand how, when you've got an offensive player that is still fighting for yards, how you can a defender for trying to stop him. Anyways, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty against Mishawaka, and the great field position that they had at the 23 will now come out to, the 22 will now come out to about the 37.
They do. Put it up to the 37-yard line. 4:32 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mishawaka leading by 15 points. Senator Brown back to throw. Fires to the right. Tackled inbounds by Grant Jablonski. The clock will run. He picks up around 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
It's important now, don't miss tackles. Allow some completions. You can allow some runs. Keep the ball in front of you and inside.
Brown wanted to throw to the right, then tucks it and keeps it himself, runs up the middle. Territory still going inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. Well, I tell you what, Mishawaka's had some pressure tonight, but just the broken play runs by Senator Brown has really helped Riley out.
24-yard run on 1st down, and Riley is down to the 32-yard line of Mishawaka already.
Under 4 to play in the 4th quarter. Mishawaka, and a ball is on the ground, and an offensive lineman dives and jumps on it.
Yeah, that snap never made it back. It just rolled back a couple of feet, and Riley lucky to get the ball back.
Andrew Walkowski falls on it, the center. It is 2nd down and 14, Riley. Pitch comes to the near side, and Kaseski nearly made a play on it. Needed to be about 2 inches taller. It's caught out there by Jathan Spicer, and it'll be 3rd down.
As his eyes were were getting wide as he thought he had a shot at that, but a well-thrown ball by Senator Brown.
Kaseski already has an interception tonight, as does C.J. Fisher. 3rd down and 3, rolled out by Senator Brown, and as he's hit, he throws it. It is caught by Cummings, eludes a tackler, and picks up a 1st down inside the 20-yard line.
These Riley wide receivers or ball carriers look like they have Vaseline or something on their uniforms, the way that the Mishawaka players are just missing, sliding off.
It is 1st down.
Had him dead to rights in the back.
No kidding.
And picked up about 15 yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Senator Brown under pressure again. Eludes the pressure, gets to the right, dumps it again to Cummings, who makes the catch for just a couple of yards. It would have been a loss had Brown taken the hit. He was pressured once again and again eluded it, and they pick up at least a yard out of it.
And that's what should have happened on the last play. Brown flicked it to Cummings for about a 2-yard gain, but about 4 people missed.
Brown from the pistol with the running back behind him, looking to the left, now back to the right. He will fire it. It's caught. 1st and goal it's going to be. With the catch made, and the catch was made by Chris White.
Pickup of 11, that's 4 completions, 5 completions in a row on this drive.
Again from the pistol, Brown, 1st and goal from the 4. The give is to Cummings to run it in for the touchdown for Riley. 2:36 remaining in the 4th quarter. Actually, still 2 possessions. This extra point is going to be big here. Remember, they missed one earlier tonight.
And that didn't take long at all. That was just a couple minutes, and Riley was, you said, all-important extra point right here.
35-26, Mishawaka leads with 2:36 remaining. And Mishawaka is going to burn a timeout before the extra point.
They're first in the second half.
Well, one thing I've noticed, Sean, watching the PATs for Riley, is they're very slow center to hold to kick, and I'm sure the Mishawaka staff has seen the same thing. Don't be surprised. They're going to come after this kick. They just have to make sure one side or the other is going to come, they can dive after it and get it. I have a feeling they're going to get this thing blocked.
Vince, you were telling me earlier that there were some issues Riley had on their PATs, and for a while they were just going for 2 all the time.
Well, the first 9 touchdowns of the season that they scored, they went with the swinging gate 2-point conversion, and they only converted 1 of them. And finally the coaches have decided, yeah, you know what, this isn't working, so why don't we kick some PATs? And they've been pretty successful since then.
All right, so here comes the extra point try. The snap's there, and Senator Brown stands up and finds a wide open man, Chris White, for the 2-point try. There is a flag down in the backfield, though, so hold everything.
But I think this is going to be a roughing the passer on Mishawaka. So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty against Mishawaka. So the kick will actually be from the Mishawaka 45. If you're going to try your onside kick, you couldn't have it set up any better.
Man, 2:36 remaining. It's 35-28. We'll just go ahead and keep it right here because we don't want to take a chance of missing a possible onside kick. Mishawaka's hands team is back out there on the field once again. Riley is huddled up on the field on the far side of the field. 35-28. Mishawaka trying to hold off a feisty Riley Wildcats. This Riley team, back-to-back seasons, they have winning records. It's the first time that's happened since 1993 and 1994 for the Riley Wildcats. So, I mean, they've definitely got things moving in the right direction, and we've seen some good effort from them tonight.
I think Jarvis Edison has done a wonderful job since becoming the head coach at Riley, and he's got them playing hard. I mean, that was a well-executed two-point fake after Mishawaka called timeout.
Riley's going to kick off at the Mishawaka 45-yard line, and we expect it bounces once, but right into the hands of Ryan Watt, the tight end who caught a touchdown pass in Mishawaka's first game of the season at Portage. Watt makes the catch on the onside try, and the Cavemen will have the football at their own 33-yard line with 2:36 remaining, leading by 7. In the other sectional semifinal tonight, when we last heard, South Bend St. Joe leading by 21 points against New Prairie. Potential for Mishawaka to host St. Joe next week if both of those teams end up winning tonight, but St. Joe, Brian Driscoll has returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns for the Indians. Handoff goes to Chris Harness, and he drives the legs forward up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, right now, just hang on to the football and make a first down.
That would be a good start. We've got a Wildcat down on the ground. Riley has 2 timeouts left. So does Mishawaka, and this time we will take a timeout with a Wildcat injured out on the field. It is going to be 2nd down and 6 after a pickup of 4 when we return on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Kurt Outdoor Living wants to help you transform your yard into a dream come true. Kurt can deliver bulk hardwood mulch in a variety of colors and textures safe for plants and animals. Dreaming of a new outdoor kitchen? The professionals at Kurt Outdoor Living can help you from planning to purchase to install. Visit their outdoor showroom to see the wide variety of patio pavers, retaining walls, fire features, grills, outdoor kitchen appliances, arbors, and awnings. 2129 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen. KurtOutdoorLiving.com.
Damon Woods is the injured Riley Wildcat, the 5'9", 195 junior defensive end. South Bend St. Joe leading New Prairie 35-20 in the third quarter. Here, Mishawaka with 2:28 left in the fourth leads Riley 35-28. The winners of these two games will play each other next week. Brian Driscoll with 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns for the Indians tonight, and Connor Radigan with a couple of touchdown catches. And just, was it yesterday or the day before, Connor Radigan, the wide receiver for the Indians, was announced that he will be a preferred walk-on at Notre Dame next year. And his dad is one of the team physicians and, of course, also played for Notre Dame several years ago. So Connor Radigan with a couple touchdowns for the Indians. Damon Woods sits up. He is still being attended to.
Mishawaka versus St. Joe, Mishawaka versus New Prairie, those first meetings against both teams.
They were battles. That's absolutely right.
A missed field goal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
by
that's
St.
right.
Joe.
By St. Joe at the end of the game.
End of the game. It's hard to, in either event, and we still got a long time in this game yet, 2:28. But boy, it's hard to beat the same team twice.
Yep.
Boy, that's hard to do in a season.
Absolutely, and that's typically what you have to do in this area.
Yep.
The way sectionals
Yep,
are,
the way
you're going to have to beat
sectionals are.
somebody twice. 35-28, Mishawaka with the football, 2nd down and 6 at its own 36, with 2:28 left in the fourth quarter. Trying to close this one out, but Riley does not want to go away. The veer to the left goes to Chris Harness, gets a couple of yards, and it's going to be 3rd down.
Inside linebacker shot B gap and almost got a hand on that football. Harness holding on with both hands.
He picks up 2 yards. Going to be 3rd and 4 at the 38, and I think Keith Kinder just called a timeout.
I think Riley did. I'm not sure.
I'm not either.
I don't know if there was much of a signal, but on the scoreboard it shows Riley with 0 timeouts.
2:19 remaining. Mishawaka leads by 7. 3rd and 4 coming up next on WSBT.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
Third down and 4 coming up from Mishawaka from its own 38. The Cavemen lead Riley 35-28 with 2:19 remaining, and that was Riley's timeout. Riley now is out of timeouts. They actually took a timeout before the player was injured. Ball is on the left hash mark for Mishawaka. 3rd down and 4 from its own 38. Shively tries a hard count, and the linebackers jumps into the middle of the line. Andrew Walkowski, but then backs off. And now Mishawaka is going to use a timeout. There was a flag, but it is a timeout. I think the flag came because the official thought it was
waving them
end of the play clock, delay of game, but the timeout was called first. So we'll take one as well. 2:19 still to play. 35-28 Mishawaka. 3rd and 4 from its own 38 coming up next on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Hi, this is Doug Leckleitner. For nearly 4 decades, Leckleitner Doors Sales and Service has been trusted for quality installation and repair of residential, commercial, garage, and overhead doors. At Leckleitner Door, we have no sales gimmicks, just honesty and integrity by a family-owned business that my dad started in 1979. The Leckleitner name stands for quality products and workmanship, and we strive to satisfy each customer with every door we install or repair. Leckleitner Door, we open all the right doors. Call 295-6311.
3rd and 4 Mishawaka from its own 38. Each team has used a timeout. There's 2:19 to play here in the fourth quarter. The Cavemen lead Riley 35-28 in this sectional semifinal. A first down here, and that would be it. Mishawaka can get to victory formation, but they've got to get the first down first.
Last time we saw a big play, they did some shifting and got Riley out of position.
It goes to Harness, and he's stuffed in the backfield. The linebacker, Walkowski, shot through a gap to the defense's left side. Harness is tackled for loss for maybe the first time all season, and it's going to be 4th and 6.
Yeah, Riley was looking at the outside veer. They did not shift anybody. They did not try to trick anybody, and Riley just came and met that ball. And be honest with you, they're lucky that the ball didn't come out.
So now Riley is out of timeouts. There's 15 seconds on the play clock, 1:43 on the game clock. It wind down. They might just take the delay before they punt. We'll wait and see. But, I mean, we've seen Riley a couple times now tonight move the ball upfield quickly and get some points out of it.
Yeah. He took the timeout rather than the delay because the 5 yards may become precious.
Yeah, no kidding.
With still a minute and a half to go. It only took about a minute and a half to the last drive.
A minute and a half remaining. Mishawaka clinging to a 7-point lead. It's 4th and 6. We'll be back right after this on WSBT.
At Wings Etc., we love sports. So much that we packed our walls with tons of big flat screens tuned to the very best sports programming. At Wings Etc., we love big, cooked to tender, crisp perfection wings. And so do our fans, who have voted our wings best in more and more cities across the Midwest. At Wings Etc., we love beer. We love it so much that we have over 40
Minute and a half remaining. Line up to punt. It is 4th and 6 from its own 36.
Need a good snap, need good protection, and then need to cover.
Cummings is the deep man. It's usually Jalen Jennings, the punt return man. The snap goes to Donovan Snyder. Snyder gets it away. It comes to the middle of the field. Cummings has it go through his hands. He picks it back up, though. Cummings running off to the right, and he is going to be tackled. Devin Jimenez was on his back the whole time, and along with Tommy Frailing. I wanted to make sure that was him. Frailing is back in the game after injuring his foot or ankle earlier. He is back, and so those two make the stop. A minute 16 remaining. Mishawaka leads by 7. Riley has the football. 1st and 10 at its own 37. An 8-point or a 7-point lead, rather, for Mishawaka. Extra point early in the game on their last touchdown. They got the 2-point try. So now, from their own 37, Riley has the football down by 7.
Mishawaka looks like they are man under, too deep.
1st and 10. Senator Brown has the ball get out of his hands, and Senator Brown is going to be still on his feet. He looked like he was dead for rights in the backfield, but Senator Brown, coming around the left, picks up close to 8 yards on that play. We've seen him break them again and again, and now Nick Davis for Mishawaka is down in the backfield.
Well, and what's worse, here's a couple things. Davis is down, so that's going to stop the clock. The second thing is Senator Brown gets tackled where he's at. Even if there's no gain, the clock continues to run. But he scrambles, picks up 8 yards, and gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Nick Davis comes off the field. The pickup was 7 yards. A minute 5 now remaining. 2nd and 3 from the 44 for Riley. Senator Brown from the shotgun. Rolling out to the right under some pressure. Fires it off. It is going to be juggled but caught. It's going to be a first down for Riley into Mishawaka territory. The catch made by Chris White.
12 yards. The ball is thrown over the middle, so the clock will start when the ball is ready. And it's running right now.
It is going with under 50 seconds remaining. The shotgun snap to Brown. The pass is over to the right. Caught on the sideline. Is he inbounds or out of bounds? It is running. He was tackled inbounds. 35 seconds to play. Second down and a yard at the 35, and Riley clocks the ball.
Now, the throw was about a 9-yard pickup. It was right on the sideline, so we couldn't tell. And they couldn't tell if they stopped the clock or not. Now there's a flag. But I don't know what that is for. Neither do the coaches. Both coaches are out by the numbers trying to give it an explanation.
It is 3rd and 1 as we stand. Be a penalty against Riley, probably.
They're calling intentional grounding.
Wow, so I guess, is that because he's from the shotgun and did that?
I'm not so sure if there is. If it is, it's a rule that needs to be changed because everybody is running out of that formation.
Keith Kinder was saying something to the official. I know he wants the clock started right away.
Down.
They've got the yard marker wrong. They've got
So it should be third down right now in about 7.
Intentional grounding is obviously loss of down.
Correct.
Keith Kinder wants the clock winding right now. Still have not started the clock.
It was an incomplete. Now they're going to start it on an incomplete pass. I don't know if this is the right move or not.
Third down and 8. Pressure. Senator Brown rolls out to the right. He's going to be tackled and spun out of bounds on the far sideline. And a late flag comes in. They're going to throw the flag. It looks like Tyler Pearson tackled him out of bounds. He was inbounds when he made contact, and he spun him out of bounds.
This is a call that is coming because the Riley bench kind of went crazy. But you're right, the tackle started inbounds. It continued out of bounds, and that's when the referee, well behind the play, threw the flag.
Wow. What a huge break, because that was going to be foot down and at least 9 for Riley, but instead, with 19 seconds, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Mishawaka 30. The Cavemen lead by 7.
And you can't fault a Mishawaka player for making a tackle because he's Riley.
Ball on the ground on the snap, and Senator Brown falls on it. The clock has got to keep running. It goes with 13 seconds to play. It's going to be a loss.
Yeah, they may not get another play off. There's 7 seconds left, and he fumbled a snap.
They snap it, and they fumble the snap once again, and the game is incredibly over. Mishawaka manages to survive. They get out of here with a 35-28 Riley, and the Mishawaka Cavemen will move on to the sectional championship game.
The ball was snapped, and it was a bad snap. It was a fumble. Brown fell on the ball, but the clock kept running, so they had to get up and clock the play again, but they fumbled the center quarterback exchange. Remember, it's the first time they're under center the whole game, Sean, but they got called for grounding out of the pistol formation, so they went under to get the snap, and he fumbled the snap.
Vince, just go ahead and go out there on the field. You can find our head coach, and if you get a chance, maybe find Chris Harness as well, who became the school's single season and all-time leading rusher tonight. But a crazy finish there as Mishawaka holds off Riley 35-28. Riley had a second breath there, but Mishawaka was finally able to hold on, and Vince D'Addario is with Mishawaka head coach Keith Kinder out there at midfield after a crazy finish.
Coach, like Sean just said, crazy finish to that game. I know you're probably not the happiest guy in the world, but the point is you're playing next week.
Yeah, I am happy. A lot of crazy finishes this year. Credit to Riley. Jarvis is one heck of a football coach. It's a good football team, and they're going to be good for years to come with him as their coach. I love how hard our kids play. Sure.
That. But talk a little bit about your fullback, Chris Harness. That's the all-time career rushing record here at Mishawaka. He had 279 yards tonight. Single season record as well. Big night for him. Talk a little bit about your fullback.
He deserves it. Everything that he's gotten, he's worked for. He's a really special kid. And if you ask him, he'll give credit to the people that are up front blocking for him. And he's most happy about the fact that we won tonight and he gets to play another week. So, again, you can't say enough good things about Riley and the way that they played on both sides of the ball. They're probably the most physical team we played on defense, and we struggled at times because of that.
Well, you got another week to prepare. You got St. Joe at home for the sectional championship, so we'll see you next week.
That's final?
I believe it's close to a final. It's a couple touchdown lead.
All right, that sounds good. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
To check with you, I mean, Vince is Vince is calling that game final right now. Who knows if New Prairie's coming back?
Well, you're right. It's not a final. And I don't want to get in trouble for calling it a final.
Hey,
so.
you've got in trouble for worse things before.
Oh, there's no question.
35-28, Mishawaka holds off Riley and moves to the sectional championship. We'll find out from Matt Embry how that